Doctrine begins in less than 2 minutes. Right now, it's live team coverage of traffic and weather. In the 24-hour traffic center, it's Alex Williams.
Some better news for our downtown commuters. 7585 southbound, that crash at University Avenue pushed off to the right shoulder. All lanes are back open there. It's actually dry pavement down there. It's definitely been raining, though, up around the 85-400 interchange, as well as right there in Midtown, just adding to some wet pavement delays in both directions through the downtown area. 285 westbound, the outer loop getting slower between Dunwoody and Sandy Springs, then again in Cobb County, passing the I-75 interchange. Also been watching some rain falling there. And 85 northbound out of the cabin in Gwinnett County, seeing some brake lights fill in from 285 passing Jimmy Carter Boulevard, exit 99 in Norcross. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Mostly cloudy through the afternoon, high 78. Scattered rain showers and thunderstorms continue through this evening, lows tonight in the low 60s. Tomorrow, cloudy skies with pop-up showers and thunderstorms, high 77. This pattern continues through Friday.
And Storm Tracker radar showing some rain, some of it heavy in the heart of metro Atlanta right now. 74 degrees in East Point, 79 in Lawrenceville, 78 in Cartersville. More news at 3:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
These people just make noise and basically waste our time.
Dear members of the media and the public, I welcome you.
Live from the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, and beyond, Hour 1 of the Von Haessler Doctrine begins right now. I am your lovable, huggable radio chat host, Eric Von Haessler. The other voices you hear are the Doctrinaires. Man of 1,000 voices, Tim Andrews. Lady of 184.7 characters, Autumn Fisher. The man behind the glass, George Clark. And the handsomest producer in all of producery, Jared Yamamoto.
There is still a goat on the loose in Duluth right now, Eric. We are looking for
Tom
this
Brady?
goat.
Yes. Is it the Hooved Houdini?
That's right. They are calling him the Hooved Houdini.
Who are they? Is it like everybody in Atlanta
Oh,
referring to
everybody
this goat?
Duluth, that is a known goat up there.
By the way, English Nick is joining us.
Hello.
I didn't want to have to stare at him the whole time, and he's wondering, should
Well,
I speak?
I
You
don't-
didn't introduce me.
There's been so many times in the history of this program where I've been accused of talking before I was introduced, so I wanted to wait until I was introduced.
I like the fact that you're a man who learns his lessons, and I wanted to pay
Sometimes.
that back. Have you heard the Hooved Houdini?
No.
I really haven't either. I just saw a headline. I didn't bother reading the story,
I feel
but
like-
apparently there's a goat that they can't find.
Anyone who
Aw.
sees this goat is urged not to approach or to attempt to capture it. Instead, contact Gwinnett Animal Control with information about its location.
What's so special about this one goat?
They can't catch it. I guess
Where did it
just
come
got
from?
out.
Don't
He's
goats
wily.
aren't goats sometimes? Don't they just kind of get out and wander?
They can.
But I mean,
Like,
it's
has
not-
he-
What kind of damage can he do? He's just gonna eat
Why?
weeds.
He ate all my ivy.
Has he got horns? That's where the damage comes in when he got a head
Oh
of
yeah,
horns.
they can come at you.
No.
Are they
Buck ya.
aggressive? Are
They
aggressive?
can be, yeah. Yeah.
All right, and now I see why they want to try to find the Hooved Houdini.
As long
As
as
Is
if-
it that he keeps escaping? Is that why they named him
I
that?
guess.
Every time
Yeah.
they've tried to corral him, he gets out of it.
Better stay off the Buford Highway.
They should try
or
to-
316.
Or if he is truly Hooved Houdini, coax him into a water trick, some sort of water
Yeah,
tank
challenge
trick.
him.
Challenge.
Punch him in the gut.
Punch him in the gut. Put him in the water.
Yeah.
Hang him
24
upside
hours.
down. And see how long it takes Tony Curtis to almost die. I don't know. I saw the movie when I was a kid. To me, Houdini's Tony Curtis.
Or just like
Houdini.
the residents of Duluth need to challenge this goat to their backyard.
That's right.
Come on by and see if you can escape.
Because here's the thing that people don't really understand about goats.
Eh.
They find it very difficult to turn down a challenge.
That's what I've heard. That's what my
there-
grandmother always said.
Yeah, a goat. Just challenge a goat. And you can
Kind of
say
beat
that.
your chest a little
Here's
bit.
the
at it.
thing.
Come here, goat.
Hipsters love goats, but they're not so smart. Yeah, you can say things to a goat like, I challenge you to jump off that cliff. And it's very difficult for them, because to them, being challenged means, they lose their goathood if they decide not to do it. So
Did Houdini escape from one of those goat yoga places? You know they have that
No.
now where you can do yoga
Oh,
and
yes.
the baby goats get on your back.
why
so
in the
cute.
oh, man, I
It's
don't wanna
so
do,
cute.
I don't know. It's not. I don't want to do anything with barnyard animals.
They're
They
little
stink.
babies. They're little
I don't
kids.
But they are
care.
babies.
Oh, they bathe them.
Stink.
They bathe them.
I don't
They're
want.
so relaxing, Eric.
Why are people bringing all these animals on planes? That stresses me out. I don't want to be around, especially barnyard animals. I want to be around barnyard animals. I'd call my Amish friends. We'd build a barn in a day, and I'd live there. But I haven't, and I don't.
So you'd watch them do it.
Huh?
You'd watch them build the barn.
Well, I myself
Yeah.
don't share the particular religion, so I don't have the
You'd be
skills.
with the
You don't have
women,
to do
like
the work.
making the bread and things,
Yeah, I
and
don't
not
have-
having zippers.
Yeah, beating the laundry until it's dry.
I don't have the barn building skills. I'm not gonna. These are
Well,
professionals.
don't forget, it's not just the barn. You need the yard too. You got to have the barn and the yard to have the barnyard animals.
No, I understand that, but
Yeah.
the yard I can just buy.
Yeah.
The barn, I'm going to need some friends to come over if I want to
Barn.
get it done in one day.
You know what's interesting is that you don't really have the skills for the male activity in an Amish community or the female activity.
That's
So
true.
really you would just have to like talk at them for a long time
That would be a
about your opinions about the barn being
Yeah.
put up
Yeah,
or the women's bread.
giving instructions.
I think you're pointing out that I would be a terrible Amish person. I think you're probably
you
right.
would.
I think
Don't
you're
you
probably
think?
right. But I wouldn't. If people were putting up a building for me, they're putting up a barn in one day.
Yeah.
I you know how I wouldn't be critical. I'd be like, hey, they're doing the work. I guess you're all right.
No, but I mean,
you
as
know?
far as participating in
Yeah.
the culture around the barn building,
Yeah.
because while they're building the barn, the ladies are gonna be making lunches, and it's
That's
like
right.
you can't help with the barn building, and you can't help with the lunches.
Right.
So what do you do?
You know what you can do?
you know what
Voice
I
a
do?
commercial for Amish
That's what I
barn
do.
building.
I'd say, listen.
Come on
your
down.
basement
We got your barns.
I'll say Jebediah tomorrow on my show.
$9.95.
I'm gonna give you a big plug for your barn building skills.
Too bad you'll never hear it.
Well,
They might hear it on
Oh, they don't
accident.
listen to radio. Is what you're saying?
No electronics.
no electronics. Oh my goodness, do they have it? Do they have it right? For years, I thought, it would be kind of boring to live that kind of life where you're not. But now to not be inundated.
the freedom.
Can you imagine being 19 years old and never having a smartphone? What your brain must be some kind of super brain at that point. Like you would be so much smarter than any 19-year-old peer that you have out there because you'd lived 19 years and you'd never scrolled once. Imagine the beauty of it all. I've never been a religious person, but they're on my. That's worth checking out.
But you wouldn't be able
I don't
to.
want
I'm
to
not sure if those teenagers are really doing that much better.
Well, I mean,
But they know how to build a barn.
They have Rumspringa.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, where they go out and do meth.
Okay.
Not all of
All
them.
right. Hey, can you stop with the sweeping generalizations of people?
I'm sorry. The Amish are going to be offended.
They all go out and do meth. I'm not so sure that that's an accurate statement. By the way,
any Amish person.
if I could speak for them, that's why they have it. They have it so that you can go out and kind of go crazy, and because it's at a period in your life where you're wondering, do I want to do this for the rest of my life? And you're thinking about the whole world and what's going on out there. So they build it in. Go on, check it out.
So is it like an
if you
Amish
like
purge?
it, stay.
So
Yeah.
you're saying the sweeping generalization is more accurate then? Because you're
No,
like, yeah.
the sweeping generalization just could be that they go to a spring break and they look around the beach and go, this isn't better than what I grew up with. Fighting and the music stinks.
Meth
and
hangover. Meth hangover.
The whole meth hangover thing is not something you want to live with. And I think if you look at the numbers, overwhelmingly, most choose to go back. But
Well, because the outside world is so scary.
well, I live in the outside
What am
world.
I going to do? I can't do anything without my horse.
You can mock, but you sound like me in my basement. This is how I view the world now. So I think that actually people are being protected from the world. The world.
Yeah, maybe for a man,
so
women
full
don't
of
have
life.
it so great.
Well, what are you, an expert at the Amish lifestyle? But you watched a reality show. This is what happened.
No, of course, no.
You watched a reality. Is
I
there
did
an
not
Amish
watch,
reality show? They couldn't
no,
do that, could they?
There is an Amish where they go up, like they,
Yeah.
they follow the kids on Rumspringa.
Oh,
but
okay.
I only knew about that just because it was around. But no, I've never watched a reality show about it. I just know about it.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Especially any of those closed societies, women don't typically get the best,
Yeah,
life.
it's not like in the Open Society where you can be part of the first all-female flight crew to go to space.
Oh, I know.
We got a lot better
Okay,
stuff.
okay.
Right.
Have you been to space?
Yes.
No. Okay, no. I'm down here paying bills.
My wife was the first one to drive a buggy.
That's a big deal. You know what? That is a big deal in that community. By the way, to protect ourselves here.
Everything he just said may or may not be true, but if it's not true, WSB and all affiliated parties cannot be held responsible for it not being true.
Okay,
I
all
don't
things
care.
are-
My new policy is fire me. I'm tired of the whole all of the The back and forth, the up and down. Although I do want to be, if I get fired, I don't want to be fired for something that I don't believe or something like that. But yeah, I'm done with all of that. If the grand private equity group in the sky wants to become yet even more lean on the books, then God bless
us.
you.
It takes care of us.
Whatever. I tried last night to watch some Doctor Who. There's a new season of Doctor Who, and I know whenever I bring this up, I'm bringing this up because English Nick is here. I know most people in America have
I saw the
never
Christmas
watched
special
it.
this year. I did watch that. It's pretty bad.
Awful. I tried to watch, and this is my problem is I've been watching Doctor Who on and off since the 70s. When I was a kid, it was on PBS, and I found it there. And it was weird and odd and low budget, especially in the Star Wars era. But the stories were good, and it was interesting, and I fell into it. And so then when it came back, I really got into it because they upped the budget and everything. They had some really good doctors. And now it's all become people who are against woke say that it's being made up, like it doesn't even exist or something. But what I would say is when I say woke, you know what I mean. You know what I mean? And so it became a big turnoff. The writers destroyed maybe the best doctor ever, one of the best doctors ever, Peter Capaldi. And when his first season and a half were unbelievable, and then they started writing these ridiculous, woke or not woke or whatever the hell it is stories. Then the first female doctor was just wrong for the part. She just was not the doctor. There's no reason the doctor can't be a woman, but it ain't her. She wasn't the doctor. Now we've got the first black doctor, and this guy, and he's gay, and they push that a lot. And here's always been the problem with me with Ncuti Gatwa, who plays the doctor. It's frustrating. It's not like the first female doctor, Jodie Whittaker. She just was not the doctor. She just did not embody it. It just wasn't that. She just got it wrong.
Just bad casting.
Bad casting. Ncuti Gatwa every once in a while shows that he could.
He's got the eccentric.
He could have been a good doctor with better writing, and if they would shut up and stop calling the audience over 60 years horrible people, and that they don't want them. If you could remove all of that, he does have some charisma. But so I tried to watch this, and it was just I was the story was okay. It was the first one. The story was okay. And I got about 15 minutes in. I tell you the part that I leave all of these woke shows. I just can't keep going. Something happens. The doctor comes in and goes, blah, 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 blah. And the lady who I guess is going to become the new companion says, don't shush me. Okay, I'm gone. It's like the Star Wars opening of the first one. Stop taking my hand. It's like I can only take so much of when your heroes. Doctor Who is a universal hero. He saves people and helps people throughout the universe. I have a limited appetite for seeing that person, Doctor Who, put in his place. That's not the character. The character is not a character who Earthlings put in. He's been alive for, I don't know, depending on which episode you're watching, somewhere between 700 and 1,000 years, traveling the universe. So although the whole trans thing may be new to us, it's not new to him. He's traveled the entire universe for 1,000 years. There's nothing an Earthling can tell him or her that is not known. And so it's just so annoying, and it's even more frustrating with this one, because I do see with this guy, he does have an aspect of charisma of his character that with good writing and a moratorium on calling everybody in the audience a bigot in press runs and stuff like that, this could have been something.
Is this the last season for a while?
That's the last one with Ncuti Gatwa, I think, and with the showrunner. So I don't know what they're going to do. It's more of a Disney property now than it is. So what a surprise that it's being destroyed. But they started to destroy it.
It's a Disney property?
Huh?
It's a Disney property?
Basically,
it's on the Disney streamer. Yeah.
BBC puts in, I think, less money now than Disney does. Because they want the IP. You know how they are. They want the internet. What's that? The IP is the intellectual property.
Content.
Yeah. So they want it for that reason. I guess they get all the back stuff and all that. I don't know. Kind of a stupid thing to open the show with, because I recognize most people in the audience have never watched Doctor Who. But you get what I'm talking about. It's in so many things. The the whole thing of we got, Harrison Ford in 7 different roles that he made popular in the 70s and 80s has to be old, haggard, and told by somebody younger that he doesn't know anything about it.
Aside, Joey, let the woman do it.
It's just like, basically, can you, young writers, stop putting our heroes in their place. We like them. That's why you got a job. You got a job writing a story about them because for years and years and years, we like them. We want to see them we want to see them win. We want to see, if they don't win, we want to see them, die in a blaze of glory. Not this.
Is that what?
Don't shush me. This guy and gal and everything that he can be.
Thank you.
Through the 1,000 years through the universe.
Time traveling.
Don't shush me.
Maybe that was a lesson for him. Maybe he learned. Or
Then
for
the next scene, he was starting to cry. Okay. All right.
But was he sad?
Well, he's always sad. And then when they're happy, they're just goofy beyond like Saturday morning or like YA.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to make it a YA thing. It's always been a kids show that adults also liked. I don't know. But
it's not a British humor thing, is it? Like how weird, how there's could be like a sort of lost in translation.
No,
I don't
thing.
think so.
No.
Benny Hill was never funny, but they were laughing.
Benny Hill, come on.
It was
as far as
funny.
slapstick goes. Listen, you play yakety sax and start
I liked
running
it 'cause
around.
You got to
Over
watch
misogyny?
A lady
The
I was like, oh, there's a chance I'm going to see a lady as lingerie.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. A young Autumn Fisher.
The thing about Doctor Who is, for years and years, even though he changed his physicality, it was basically the same kind of person.
Well, I mean, they're all kind of different.
That's what's
Here's
different
now that we're talking about this thing that nobody cares about, I'll just go further.
Doctor Who?
Here's a particular thing. So when they change, if you don't know, every 3, 4, 5 seasons, whatever, the Doctor changes into a different body. And part of that change is always a couple of usually really cool episodes when they're first in their new body because they don't know how to act. There's this period where they have to get used to the new body and they do erratic, weird things. One of the doctors tried to kill the companion, strangling on the floor, trying to kill the companion because they're not used to your new body. And with the first female and now this doctor, it's like they're just perfect. Day one, ready to go, better than ever.
New improved.
Jodie Whittaker showed up, and it was just like, there's been an improvement, an upgrade. I'm better than ever. I'm the best doctor ever. You haven't done anything. And although most people listening have never watched this show, you recognize what I'm talking about in the writing of anything that you love or you've loved over the years. Star Wars, Star Trek, name them.
Well, it's tough when a series or like you're saying, like a recognized IP, they rewrite a character that we have solidified in our culture, right? So like, just like you were saying with Han Solo, if Han Solo now all of a sudden was like apologizing for stuff and like being really different than his character, that would be wrong and not right.
Well, no, but instead, every one of his characters, so the Star Wars character, Indiana Jones, and the Blade Runner character, they're all just old and haggard.
It would be funny to hear Han Solo apologize for the Kessel Run. That would be hilarious. I didn't mean to go that fast, Chewie.
Oh, also, what they did do to Han Solo is by the end of the first trilogy, he had made a major arc. Really, by the end of the first movie, he was all transactional. I'm in it for the money. I don't care about things like this. And then he comes in and he does he saves the day at the end by coming in.
Yeah.
And then by the time we catch up with him again in, 2012 or whenever this nonsense started, he's right back to being just, that lesson wasn't learned anymore. He's not a good guy anymore. And I've said this many times, the show The Expanse is the one that is the lesson here. It was a great science fiction show based on books that have been written in the last, 20 years or so. And the entire cast was it was like a DEI dream, I guess. I mean, there's one, but they were all great actors, and we were introduced to these characters as these people. There's no changing anything, and it was the best sci-fi that's been on TV in quite some time. I mean, I haven't watched it all. There's a couple of things that people tell me are pretty good that I've never seen, like Firefly or something like that.
I think my version of this is Sex and the City. So like Sex and the City was on for so long, and all of these characters were solidified in our brains and in our hearts.
Yeah.
And then they come out with the new thing that what's it called? I forget what the name is.
Oh,
Like
and that goes on or something like that.
yeah,
It's like, I don't
and
know.
I guess we're continuing.
Yeah.
And none of the characters are the way that they were before.
And they've
They're
all
just
learned.
like
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, it's like now, Samantha or Miranda is just this strange woman who before she's a lawyer, she's strong and she's funny and she's honest, and now she's just like this weird woman who makes, oops, racial mistakes.
Oh, well,
and,
that's-
I'm dropping my books.
Yeah, that's my wife stopped watching. I don't know if she stopped watching, but she started complaining to me that too many young people are telling them why they're wrong about things.
Yeah,
it's like,
so bad.
It's not necessary.
No, it's not. Just let
Hey.
them be the characters that they were. If you're going to continue a show, just continue the show.
Hey, screenwriter, I got news for you. You're not going to change the world, not even going to move the needle. So if you're good at writing things, how about entertain folks? And then let politicians corrupt their brains with politics. They don't need you.
That's why the good writers from Sex and the City went over to Emily in Paris and made a
Oh,
better
yeah.
series
Yeah,
there.
that's right.
They
Sure.
call that
Yeah.
one the modern Sex and the City.
Yeah, I watched 5 minutes of that. That was not for me. That wasn't built for me. I could just tell you that. That wasn't built for me.
Well, I
It
think
might be
everyone
good.
could tell you that.
Yeah, I mean,
you didn't need to even give it a chance.
Well, I mean, I
You
just
don't like Lily Collins better than Phil?
well, at least she stands up and does her job now. Just kidding.
Hey,
kidding.
poor old Phil.
In your
Just
face,
kidding. I love Phil Collins and Genesis.
Oh, I can't
and
stand up.
Come on now.
If you play
I
one,
can't stand.
Yeah. You're
Sorry.
you're just gonna beat a dead horse now.
I know.
Like, for heaven's sake. Does that make you feel more powerful when you kick somebody while they're down?
I guess it did.
Who,
So,
It does.
who
Well,
has trouble getting
I'm a
up?
flawed human, So
hey, listen. As long as it works for you, then go.
Sure.
Okay. I think it's okay.
feeling pretty good.
I think it's fine.
Autumn's just
I
bitter.
can stand.
Anytime you play Genesis or Phil Collins on a podcast or anything, especially if you don't have the rights, within 1 second it
Oh,
gets
I
taken
know.
out.
Yeah, they
1
tear it
second.
down.
It is the quickest one
They
to pull
tear
it
it down.
down.
Well, those record companies, they sure know how to get the word out about old music, huh? Basically, if anybody tries to share it with a friend, if anybody's 20 and they try to share it with a friend, the record company knows exactly what to do. Shut it down. The friend shouldn't hear it. That's the way to better sales in the future.
Yeah, especially sales that have not been sold in a long time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That Genesis stuff from, no, but not really Genesis, because they used to have some songs from the 80s that people still think about. But, man, Phil Collins, he owned the 80s. And it's really kind of the first one. It's really kind of in the air tonight. And people aren't walking around going, Billy, don't you lose my number. Nobody is thinking of that. But he owned.
I'm thinking of it.
Are you thinking of it right now?
For sure.
Because I just said it. That's why.
No, before that, too.
Hang on, I think there's some kind of misunderstanding going on here.
I believe that we're at cross currents.
Must be some misunderstanding.
That's Genesis.
Oh, yeah.
That is
Still,
Genesis.
still, though, between-
That's
But there's
70s.
80s. That's 80s.
70s.
Is it misunderstanding 80s?
Nah, maybe if it's
On the cusp.
If it's 80s, it's 1980.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Jared?
Looking it up.
He's looking it up. We got 2 people looking
Misunderstanding.
it up. We got George looking it up. We got Jared Yamamoto
Ooh, I
looking it
can't
up.
wait to find out.
Oh, who's going
It
to
is
find it?
1980.
There
Okay.
you
All right. We were both right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kind
boy.
of, but I said 70s first. So I was a little bit wrong. Then I amended it, which made me kind of right as
The
well.
audience
Yeah.
is keeping score.
I
right
only
now.
know because I played it like 40 minutes ago on the river. So there you go.
There you go.
What about "You'll Be in My Heart," the Tarzan song? That one's
Ew,
still around.
the
I
worst.
don't think I ever actually heard that one.
I don't know that one.
You'll be-
Tara Fine Jewelry Company, your engagement ring specialist in Beaufort, only 3 miles from the Mall of Georgia. You'll love their larger, high-quality diamond engagement rings, always paired with 5-star customer service. Tara Fine Jewelry Company in Beaufort.
At the Original Mattress Factory, we know most people don't love mattress shopping. In fact, many dread it. And why wouldn't they? Many mattress stores use high-pressure sales techniques like today-only pricing and tout features that don't really offer a benefit. They offer an overwhelming number of options to confuse things even further. At OMF, we do things differently. Our showrooms are easy to navigate, and our sales team actually cares. Our goal is to answer your questions, not pressure you into purchasing. OriginalMattress.com.
Whoa! With the Cubs getting older, we need more space, so we're on the hunt for a new house. Our must-haves, a big yard for the Cubs and Scana Energy for natural gas. It won't be easy to choose the perfect house, but Scana has tons of options that'll make it easy to find the perfect natural gas plan. The sooner we find a place, the better. For a limited time, receive a $60 bill credit when you sign up. Call 1-877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/mover60. Limited time offer. Additional terms and conditions apply.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Beaver Direct Certified, providing the highest quality vehicles at the very best prices. Every vehicle undergoes rigorous reconditioning with an industry-leading 12-month, 12,000-mile certified warranty. Visit us at BeaverToyotaCumming.com and see why everyone loves Beaver Direct.
Gardeners are anticipating the warmer weather, and so are my friends at Ragsdale. Right now, get up to $1,700 off a brand new Carrier home comfort system and enjoy Ragsdale's own trusted 15-year parts and labor warranty. I say my friends at Ragsdale because they really are. My family's trusted them for years. For a new furnace, plumbing problems, or blown-in insulation, they're always on time and work with my busy schedule. Learn why they have a 4.9 Google rating. Start by visiting RagsdaleAir.com. Ragsdale, the name I know you can trust.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 3:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio, news sponsored by Vincent Financial. Our top local story, a Stone Mountain woman accused of stealing from the elderly. 24-year-old Brianna Powell is accused of taking about $20,000 from 4 victims.
Miss Powell had been an in-home caregiver, kind of like help with household chores, cooking, that kind of stuff.
Captain Robert Thompson with Sewanee Police says they believe there are more victims. Anyone who's had Powell in their home should contact police. A mother pleads guilty to killing her 7-year-old daughter nearly 2 years ago and stuffing her body in a closet for months. Alondra Hobbs enters the plea today in a DeKalb County courtroom, a judge sentencing Hobbs to life without the possibility of parole. There are hopes trade tensions with China may soon be easing. President Trump indicating the steep tariffs he imposed on Chinese goods will be coming down substantially. CBS's Nancy Cordes reports from the White House. The president claims there are ongoing talks with China.
Yet his own Treasury Secretary just told reporters this morning that actually there are no talks underway yet, and that probably those talks wouldn't begin until the U.S. and China begin to de-escalate.
As many businesses prepare to feel the impact of tariffs, Atlanta-based Norfolk Southern says it's actually seeing benefits because of those preparations. CEO Mark George says businesses are starting to move their product by rail to save money.
We're largely a domestic business. 75% of our business is a U.S. domestic business.
Rail is typically cheaper but slower than shipping items using trucks. Another deer in Georgia tests positive for chronic wasting disease, the second case confirmed in the state this year. Georgia wildlife officials say the 4-year-old buck was discovered in Berrien County in South Georgia, close to where the first sick deer turned up back in January. Chronic wasting disease, also known as zombie deer disease, has been reported in 36 states. It is now 3:32, and it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. It is a rainy commute across much of metro Atlanta this afternoon. Here's Alex Williams in the traffic center.
What a mess out there right now, Bill. 285, the 285 I-75 interchange in Cobb County is all clogged up with the rain, the afternoon traffic, leftover volume from the Braves game getting out. 285 westbound, the outer loop, you're on the brakes from Chamblee-Dunwoody Road, out of Dunwoody all the way over to I-75 in Cobb, and you stay slow heading southbound passing Cobb Parkway, northbound stacked and packed from Bolton Road up to the I-75 85 Truist Park interchange. On the south side, heads up for a travel advisory. Crash 2 left lanes, 85 southbound right at 285 near the airport. That's stacking up 285 west back toward Riverdale Road and 85 south near Camp Creek Parkway. Use Highway 29 as an alternate. Also on the south side, traffic lights malfunctioning. Sonoya Road, Highway 74 right there at I-85. Treat that as a four-way stop, as well as traffic lights malfunctioning on Fulton Industrial Boulevard on the west side at Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. Also treat that intersection as a four-way stop. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Mostly cloudy through this afternoon, high 78. Scattered rain showers and thunderstorms popping up with the heating of the day. Some of these storms will continue through tonight, lows in the low 60s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with widespread rain showers and thunderstorms, high 77. More stormy weather is on the way for Friday.
Storm Tracker radar shows some heavy rain around the metro area. A strong thunderstorm impacting portions of northwestern DeKalb, eastern Cobb, and central Fulton counties at this hour. 72 in Decatur, 75 Lithia Springs, and 80 in Stockbridge. More news at 4 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
This is Scott Slade. Let's talk about how to improve your chances of living a longer, healthier life. For me, it's preventive medicine. My doctor saw one funky number in my lab work that eventually led to a diagnosis early enough so I still had options. You just got to have a medical professional looking at you every so often, especially when we're talking about heart disease, the nation's #1 killer. And that's where virtual imaging comes in. They've got the best CT imaging in the Southeast with 98% accuracy and low radiation, like flying in an airplane. They can detect calcium levels in your arteries and most cancers at the earliest stage. And virtual imaging can scan your brain to see if you're in danger of a tumor, stroke, or even dementia. So don't put this off, especially with this offer for virtual imaging. For a limited time, they're offering you and your spouse a free heart scan. Yes, free with a few minimum requirements. I've done it. Call 404-678-SCAN. That's 404-678-SCAN. Or make an appointment by visiting their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
When it comes to your home, quality is crucial. Trust the Plus. Painting Plus. The Plus means siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and of course, painting.
Hi, I'm Charlie, owner of Painting Plus and the Plus family of businesses. Quality comes first. We have the most experienced exterior craftsmen in the industry.
If your home's exterior has it, the Plus can improve it. Painting Plus. Siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and more. Trust the Plus. PaintingPlus.com.
Hey, it's Belinda for the board-certified plastic surgeons at Marietta Plastic Surgery. I've trusted their team for years. Doctors West, McNeil, Hanna, and Biswas have been serving the Atlanta area for over 25 years with expert surgical and non-surgical care. With warmer weather on the way, are you summer ready? Marietta Plastic Surgery is here to help you look and feel your best. They now offer Awake Liposuction, a less invasive way to sculpt your body with less downtime. And their med spa still has all your go-to treatments like Botox and fillers, microneedling, Diamond Glow, hydrofacials, and Morpheus 8 for radiant, glowing skin. Looking to restore thinning hair or reshape your hairline? Marietta Plastic Surgery is the only practice in the region that offers the gold standard in hair restoration, the Foundation Aesthetic Hair Restoration Method. Visit MariettaPlasticSurgery.com to schedule your consultation today.
It's Diamond Month at D. Geller & Son Jewelers, and that means this month, buying diamonds comes with even more diamonds. All through the month of April, when you spend $9.95 or more, you'll receive a pair of gorgeous hand-matched diamond studs absolutely free. At $9.95, you get a quarter-carat pair of studs for free. $24.95, we'll give you half-carat studs. And at $99.95, you're going home with a full-carat pair of studs on us. All April long in Kennesaw, Sandy Springs, and online at dgeller.com.
All right, English Nick is here, and so let's do this.
It's English Nick with Toodle Pip.
Toodle Pip.
There it goes. Toodle Pip.
Pop that cork.
Pop that cork. Pip that toodle.
40 years ago, New Coke was introduced.
New Coats.
New Coke.
New
Coke.
New Coke.
New Coke was
not
that's
New
what I
Coke.
said.
It's not called New Coke. It's called New Coke.
New Coke.
Yeah. New pause. Coke.
Technically, isn't it new Coca-Cola?
No, it was New Coke.
They
Coke.
they branded it as New Coke. I believe, English Nick,
Yeah.
we have a package.
We sure do.
On April 23rd, 1985, Coca-Cola introduced New Coke.
It's a hit. It's a Coke. Coke is it.
Coke came up with the new sweeter formula to better compete with Pepsi. It performed well in blind taste tests, but the public was not happy. Coke's phones were overwhelmed with angry calls. After just 3 months, Coke brought its original formula back. In 2019, New Coke made an appearance in an episode of Stranger Things.
Sweeter, bolder, better.
You're insane.
New Coke, later renamed Coke 2, was discontinued in 2002. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
I don't remember that. I don't remember Coke 2. I don't ever remember
We
Coke
sold it at
2.
the convenience store where I worked. Coke 2, nobody bought it.
I thought that they called Coke Coca-Cola Classic
when they brought,
it back.
It was really all a ruse to switch it from sugar to corn syrup.
Well, I don't know. This is my. At the time, I have a great recollection of this, very vivid. And I know at the time, my friends thought it was all a big marketing plan. The idea being Coke had been around for so long that people won't appreciate it if they can't have it. Now, I don't know. I mean, it just seems like a lot to do. But ultimately, that's what they got. Coke sales were going flat in the mid-'80s. and they came roaring back when they 3 months later brought it back. And most people at the time just thought it's Pepsi. I know
New Coke was.
Your thing is I don't know if they had corn syrup in it before.
That's the scant or the
conspiracy.
I can't think of the word.
Conspiracy.
Yeah,
conspiracy. That starts with a C.
Yes.
That's a scary thing.
So that was the feeling then was first of all it's Pepsi, and secondly that we thought that it was some kind of like marketing scam, just like you're not going to appreciate Coke unless you think you can never get it again, which whether that was their plan or not, that is exactly how things unfolded because people were like, they were ready to revolt.
Well, even now, like when you go to any kind of fast food restaurant, you do see original Coca-Cola. It's still like the fact that they still have that on there says that they're still.
Well, now also you got to remember that they've got 9,000. When I was a kid, there was Coke and Sprite. Like each team had their own flavors that were their version.
Sure. So
Pepsi, I believe, was with 7-Up. Am I right about that?
Pepsi was with 7-Up.
And then Coke and Sprite. And so you'd have an orange, you'd have a grape, you'd have a few things. They have to say
Coke
the
did
original.
have Mr. Pibb, which Mr. Pibb is so underrated.
Well, that was their Dr. Pepper.
That's right.
If you like prune-based colas, then you either
I always like Mr. Pibb better than Dr.
Yeah, but
Pepper.
I always thought of
How could you
Mr.
tell
Pibb.
the
I thought
difference?
Mr. Pibb was kind of like Dr. Pepper's little brother who didn't have the stick-to-itiveness to get through medical college. That's what I thought. But I didn't.
So he was board eligible.
He
but
was
didn't.
board eligible, but he just was kind of a layabout.
He tried really hard. Okay? He tried.
He tried, but Dr. Pepper tried too, and he made it. He became a medical doctor.
Didn't they quit calling
True
it Coke Classic like 10 years ago? So it's just Coca-Cola
I
again?
guess. I stopped drinking soft drinks. I got to some point where my body said that used to go down well, and now it doesn't. So
I still love the odd Diet Coke is my favorite soda.
I do. I can't.
Especially
do
with
it,
pizza
guys,
and stuff like that.
No flavor.
What?
Diet Coke?
I love Diet Coke.
All right, guys, you have to debate this on your own podcast.
404-872-07.
Too much sugar. Too much
The
sugar
Mexican Coke is good.
The Mexican Coke?
is great.
Everybody says that. I had
I'm a Coke Zero guy.
I had a Mexican Coke once because it's got real sugar. That's why they say it. But
That's right.
I didn't really notice all that much. I was expecting
That first-
I was expecting my
back to
mouth to celebrate.
That
you know?
first,
oh my god!
The first sip of a Mexican Coca-Cola is amazing. But
For
then,
you.
But then after
Not for
like
me.
after like 3 or 4, you're like, okay, it tastes like everything else.
I can't drink sodas really anymore. Every once in a while, I'll get a hankering, and I'll have some. I don't know why. I still, if I'm at a restaurant, I'll order. Sometimes if I don't order, I order drinks that normally my body can't handle, and for some reason, I think if I'm in a restaurant, it's okay. Lemonade and sodas, both I loved forever, but
How does your body react to them then? What does it do?
Heartburn, right?
heartburn. Also, but heartburn with the lemonade, but with colas, it's just more than that. It's just I just feel blogy and
Blah.
just not good for my disposition. So I've worked it out. But it was a great time in America when a scandal was that they were changing the flavor of a soda. The things that we deal with on a daily basis now are
so much more.
Oh,
I would love to get a time.
That would be just a Tuesday story or a Wednesday story, and then we'd be moving on to something else.
Oh, if that happened in 2025, we would have forgotten about it in the flood of stories 1 week later.
And Cosby did all those great ads.
Yeah, well, he was a... Hey, I gotta be Cosby into it.
Well, he did all the great ads for
Coke. For New Coke or original Coke?
Oh, was it the New Coke he was doing the ads for?
Cherry Coke.
We should have known then. If he was advocating the New Coke, we should have known that
it was problematic.
He wasn't America's dad like he was being branded.
This Coke.
Yeah. And you kids don't even. Tim and I remember it. You remember it from overseas.
I don't think I remember seeing it.
Did Tesco not carry Coke at the time?
There was a lot of soda.
We had cola.
In my house growing up, there was a thing called it was a bright colored drink.
We had post-war pops.
Yeah, there was.
You get one a month.
Orange drink.
You guys were rationed probably.
There was a soda called Corona.
Like the beer.
Yeah, and it was bright red or bright green or bright yellow, whatever. And my grandmother always had that. It came in glass bottles with a screw top,
And that was a special thing, probably, when you went to your grandma's. She treated you, and you had cola.
There wasn't much soda in my house
There
growing
wasn't
up.
much,
No.
and in most people's homes. When I was growing up, there was not a lot of. Well, we talked about this before.
Yeah.
These were treats that you would get every once in a while, or a special occasion. You wonder why diabetes is running rampant. People are drinking,
half gallons of.
Yeah, you go to the store and you get that fountain drink, and it's so deep it has a depth charge. I stole that from somebody. I don't know. I worked with a comedian back in the 90s.
We had orange squash.
What?
Orange squash was like a concentrate. You poured a little bit into the glass,
flavored soda,
and then you added water to it. That was it.
You guys just acted like the war ended 4 days ago until like 1980.
Orange squash.
All right, we've got your concentrate. Now just put in a little bit, because you never know when the bombs might start falling again. We'll need that.
I'm looking at these images of this this Corona soda. It looks just like Fanta for us. It's very, very similar to the Fanta.
I know. Now, is Fanta a Coke product?
I think it is a Coke.
Yeah, they own everything.
Is that now? But in the 70s, was it a different company? I don't know.
Remember Shasta?
Shasta. These are things my mom would drink because she was always on a diet.
Yeah.
We had Ribena.
Tab.
Ribena was blackcurrant.
Ooh, Ribena's good.
Yeah. And then we had Lucozade, but I have no idea what's in Lucozade apart from a lot of sugar. Lucozade.
Speaking of sugar, I think RFK Jr. has a message for us about all these colas and everything else.
Sugar is poison, and Americans need to know that. It is poisoning us.
You know what? He's absolutely right about that, but I don't think that there's anything. I was thinking about this. If you cut out sugar, I think that our economy is more based on sugar than oil.
Yeah,
if suddenly everybody stopped eating sugar, my understanding, I've been looking into this, I don't think I could ever do it. I have an aspiration to it, but that it's only 3 or 4 weeks where it's awful. And then after you get over that, because your body is supposed to produce its own sugar, but it doesn't know it anymore because we're all consuming so much sugar. And so if you get past like 1 month, apparently they say, I don't know, it's easy. Like you never get cravings.
Your body
again
doesn't crave it.
No, because your body's producing it at that point.
Also, there's a lot of things that have natural sugar in them. You don't need to buy stuff with added sugar.
You can't eat fruit if you're doing that.
That's true. Because the truth is, apparently, that sugar that comes from the outside in is not preferable. I think out of everything, you'd rather have real sugar than corn syrup, and you'd probably rather have fruit sugar than
you got it.
But it's not as cut and dry as you think. But the point is, this will never be changed because the entire economy is based on sugar.
On air,
online,
on the app,
where you get your news,
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB Radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
Are you serious?
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
OMG! Oh my goodness!
Just enter the word at WSBRadio.com or on the WSB Radio app.
Your next chance to win is coming up at 5.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz
on 95.5 WSB.
You still want a new deck on your house, but you think you may have missed a deck building window? Well,
You're wrong. Dave Baker here. At Ben Hill Renovations, deck building goes on year-round. Whether your existing deck is old, rotting, and unsafe, or you just want to upgrade your outdoor living space, now is the perfect time to get the ball rolling. Check out their new website at bhrenovations.com. Better yet, go to their showroom, speak with the designer, and see all that they have to offer up close. Ben Hill Renovations, creating raving fans since 1964.
It's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I've got something important to talk to you about, your 401k. If you have changed jobs, there are two very important considerations. You don't want to leave your 401k behind, and you don't want to roll it over into your new company plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. 401ks will often have limited investments or age-based options. Since companies have to make choices to suit all employees, they may not be suited to you, which could cost you fees and money. When you roll over your 401k into an IRA, you not only keep your money growing tax deferred, but you also gain access to a world of investment options specifically designed for you. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have helped thousands, and we can do the same for you. Call 404-390-4000. That's 404-390-4000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
So how do we create value? This is Greg Trzynski from the Original Mattress Factory. Value comes from having complete control over our product quality. From design to manufacturing to delivery, everything is handled in-house by our trained professionals. This approach allows us to maintain strict quality standards and respond quickly to customer needs. We believe true value is created when a company takes full responsibility for its products. When you choose OMF, you're getting a mattress built with care and attention at every step. OriginalMattress.com.
Founded by hardworking Georgians in 1992, Builders provides tailored insurance solutions to safeguard workers and business owners from costly accidents. Explore reliable workers' compensation and general liability products at BLDRS.com. Builders, insurance built strong.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now. 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
Looking for the perfect engagement ring? At Shane Company, we know this is an exciting time. It can also be overwhelming. Customers say this a lot. Where do I start? How do I choose? At Shane Company, this is where the magic happens. Since 1929, we've been experts at helping customers find the perfect engagement ring. We invite you into the design process, help you pick out the perfect diamond or colorful gemstone, and choose a style that speaks to you. Come see us in store and at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Scott Slade here from iRoofer, FGA Roofing. Are you considering a new roof but not sure when you're going to be able to get it into the budget? FGA Roofing is offering a 000 offer this month. 0 down payment, 0 interest for 12 months, and 0 monthly payments. Search FGA Roofing for a free quote today.
All right, not a whole lot of time left in this segment, so let's see if we can pip a tootle or two.
Okay, this is from Yahoo Finance.
They're good.
Taylor Swift just lost her billionaire crown, and it's not to another pop star. It's to this lady, Lucy Gao, who founded Scale AI. It's now worth like $30 billion or something like that.
Okay, so she was the youngest. I think what she's lost is Taylor Swift was the youngest billionaire ever. Female billionaire.
Yep.
And now she must be a little bit younger than when Taylor crossed the line. And I would just say, and so she's into AI scaling, huh? Okay, what do you need to know? What do you need to know? AI is already taking down Taylor Swift. You think the rest of us aren't next? Huh?
No, we're on the chopping block.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt. So AI's taking over the world, and well, at least she's having fun.
I'm sure
the way.
Taylor's probably happy for her, though. The fact that there's
so happy.
Oh, you really is. Did you send her a friendship bracelet or something?
It's just like so cool. Like I'll be back there. I mean, I'm not worried about it or anything.
Well, you can't get back there because you can't get younger. The only thing she beat you at is being the youngest female to do it. So yeah, you've lost that one now. There's some.
Well, you know what?
Only she could be
gained
beaten.
a lot of wisdom by getting older.
Yes, you have. And
wow.
Yeah, you don't lose any money out of this. You just lose the title.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're all right.
It's
You're paying.
nice.
You're paying your bills, right? I mean, you're doing all right.
I pay my bills. Well, I mean, I don't, but like somebody does.
Yes, and you trust them.
Money blows in, money blows out.
Don't have to worry about it.
I have cats.
I know. Well, that's nice.
And Travis.
Is that what
how's Travi doing?
Is that what you spend your time?
He's so good.
Yeah, you guys is he gonna put a ring on it?
He's so excited. I don't know. I don't know, but maybe.
Okay, well, good. As usual.
We'll see. I don't want to pressure him.
He's not worth a lot compared to you. I mean, can you?
Oh, he's worth so much. He's so important in my heart.
That's right. That's right.
You sure the ring's gonna be big enough for you? That it's gonna be satisfactory for you?
No, he does. I mean, Jared, he does.
He does pretty well.
He's just pretty well.
Compared to her, though.
He's a multi-millionaire. He may not be a billionaire, but he can afford a nice ring.
He could trade it out.
I trust Trav.
If you guys get married, just jump on that super yacht with the Bezos folks.
Ooh.
That's a big place.
I don't
Just
know
jump in.
them.
Oh, come on. You don't know them.
I mean, I don't know them personally.
I'll bet you do. How come you weren't in that
they
rocket?
came to
I was
a
gonna
show.
say. How come Taylor Swift didn't get there before Katy Perry?
Because she didn't need the PR bounce.
Publicity.
Space is so scary.
Big.
You know what? There's no air up there.
I know, Taylor Swift.
What are they doing?
You want to bring your cat to space with you,
That's
too,
right.
right? That's what you want.
Is she known for her cat thing? Is she?
She loves her cats.
Yeah.
I have cats. I have cats.
They're so
I always
cute.
have cats. I have cats. I do.
I love their toe beans.
But don't you find that as they get older, they become kind of grumpy and needy?
I know. But we're all grumpy and needy sometimes.
Ooh, that sounds like a new single.
We're all grumpy and needy sometimes.
Except for me.
J.D. Vance maybe doesn't like Taylor Swift because she's a cat woman kind of person, maybe. I don't know.
That's okay.
Don't meet with him.
Yeah, don't.
Why? I don't understand.
Well, the people are saying that he met with the Pope, and then the next day the Pope died. So people are saying that maybe, and now he's on tour. Now he's in India. He's going to the Taj Mahal. People are worried about
He's going after
something's going to happen.
That's not very nice.
No, it's not. It's not. What you know what it's like being in the public eye. People say things, right?
Yeah. I try not to read the comments, but sometimes you can't help it.
Well, you could just by not reading.
I know, but sometimes you're like, I can handle it, and then oh my gosh, I can't.
Yeah.
Well, young women freak out when you share or reshare their TikToks that are about you. They love it.
Young women,
they love it.
Young women are stupid enough to think it's actually you.
Hey!
I'm just giving you a zinger there, Taylor.
Hey!
Come on.
You better watch it, buddy.
Yes, George. Yes.
Well, I just was reading about this Lucy Gu who beat Taylor
Gao,
Swift.
I believe it would be Gao.
G-U-O.
G-U-O. G-O-O would be Goo.
Lucy Gu was the unsuccessful cousin.
It turns out you need some friends to beat Taylor Swift to the billion. She studied computer science and human-computer interactions at Carnegie Mellon University, but dropped out before graduating to become a Thiel Fellow.
Oh, she's one of these Peter Thiel. Yeah. So you know Peter Thiel.
The color? I love Thiel.
No, he's
it's so pretty.
He's like a Uber libertarian.
Ooh,
tech
I've taken an Uber.
Oligarch.
Uber Eats.
Kind of guy.
Funded J.D. Vance's rise.
He basically funded J.D. Vance, and what he did was he had this thing where he opened his own academy or something, but you had to decide to give up your university career in order to get involved. And it was all paid for, and he had like I think it started out with like 400 applicants, and it was like a reality show. It was brought down to like 14 people. So she was one of those, huh?
Yeah, she was. She received the $100,000 grant to pursue her passions and build new ventures instead of attending college.
We need to start doing that.
It worked out.
We need to have a von Hessler doctrine kind of grant that we give out to people.
Absolutely.
If they'll quit going to college.
Can I take that?
No, you're not eligible. You're on the show.
Oh,
sorry. English Nick, thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get your second month free for a limited time. You'll get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month. Here's Veronica and Jackie, real customers.
I didn't know that I could get something for a lot less money that was actually better than who I was with before.
Anytime anybody complains about their cell phone bill, we say, you've got to check out Consumer Cellular.
And now for a limited time, new customers can get their second month free when they use promo code SECONDFREE. Just call, click, or bring us your bill and see how much you can save. Because when it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit a store near you, or consumercellular.com and use code SECONDFREE to get a free second month. Real people paid to share their opinions in this ad. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. When garage doors break, they usually don't break all at once. They don't just up and die. They die slowly. Garage doors complain a bit before they crap out, squeaking and sticking and shaking and grinding. They go down part way and then stop and go back up for no reason. But they hardly ever just end up dead with no symptoms and no long goodbye. If you ignored the signs, that dead door is on you. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our 19-point seasonal maintenance check makes sure everything's healthy. Oil the chain, check the rollers, realign the tracks, talk to you about how things are going, and look into any symptoms that might have you worried. Catch problems early, and your garage door should be around to play with the grandkids and talk about the old days when all this was just farmland.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
For many of you, it's happening. Your hair's thinning, your crown's disappearing, and maybe hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. Well, I got good news. It's Advanced Hair's incredible, yet simple, one-day treatment that starts regrowing your own natural hair the very next day, and it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's Mark Aaron back with you. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what about regrowing your hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to their world-class physicians, it's not maybe your hair will regrow, it's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, and I've seen their results, friends. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 470-660-HAIR. That's 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 4 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Hoffman Financial Group. Our top local story, a mother sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole in the horrific murder of her 7-year-old daughter. WSB's Veronica Waters reports live with reaction from DeKalb County's DA after today's guilty plea.
One of the most inhumane, cruel things that we have ever witnessed.
DeKalb County District Attorney Sherry Boston says that's why they had no problem seeking the harshest punishment for Alondra Hobbs. When Hobbs moved out of a Misty Waters Drive apartment in 2023, she left 7-year-old Olivia with cerebral palsy strapped into a stroller in a closet. Boston says they don't know how long she survived or what Olivia was thinking or feeling, but what they do know.
She ate the last snack and the remnants of the Ziploc bag that her mother left in the stroller in her hands. The bag was found in her stomach. This child was doing everything she could to survive.
Boston says that Hobbs has not shown any level of remorse, although her lawyer said that by pleading guilty to malice murder, she was taking responsibility. Boston wants everyone to know if they're ever overwhelmed by caregiving, there is another way. There is something else to do. find resources instead of resorting to murder. Reporting live in DeKalb County, Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
69 degrees in Atlanta. Scattered rain showers around metro Atlanta this afternoon. How long does this pattern stay with us? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. A murder over rumors gets a man life in prison.
The shooting happened during a confrontation in the Lilburn Homestay Suites parking lot between two guests. Prosecutors say 26-year-old Stanislas Alverna wanted to know why 33-year-old Markel Williams was spreading rumors about him. Williams' response was to shoot Alverna 5 times with special bullets that splinter on impact. While Alverna died, Williams fled the scene, vastly changed his appearance, but then turned himself in days later. His life sentence includes the possibility of parole. Steve Summers, 95.5 WSB.
The CEOs of Walmart, Target, and Atlanta-based Home Depot lay out their arguments against high tariffs in a private meeting with President Trump this week. The president says the steep tariffs he imposed on Chinese goods will be coming down substantially.
We have a lot of action going on. We're making a lot of money, this country. This country is not going to be losing money on trade anymore.
And your WSB Money Update, stocks finishing higher for the second day in a row. At the closing bell, the Dow's up more than 419 points. The NASDAQ gains 2.5%, and the S&P gains 88 points, which is more than 1.5%. Atlanta-based Norfolk Southern says the tariffs are helping the rail industry.
As many businesses look to cut costs to account for the impact of tariffs, many are turning to the typically slower but cheaper method of moving product by rail. CEO Mark George says in an earnings call that's why they've decided to maintain their full-year guidance of 3% revenue growth.
We haven't seen negative trends yet that really alarm us or cause us to do anything. That said, we're scenario planning.
He also says the vast majority of their business is domestic, which should insulate them from any immediate impacts. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
With Georgia dealing with workforce challenges, a new law may help. Here's a report all new at 4 o'clock.
The U.S. Chamber of Commerce says Georgia has 54 available workers for every 100 open jobs. Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger says one hurdle to getting people in the workforce is licensing. A bill awaiting Governor Kemp's signature will allow workers who move here to have an easier time to get their license.
We think we have an obligation, a duty to reduce those barriers.
The new law would allow the Secretary of State's office to issue those documents if the boards don't respond in a timely manner. It applies to licenses for everything from nurses to barbers. In Fulton County, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
People from around the world paying their respects to Pope Francis today, including Alex Lenritz of Atlanta.
It's just a real place, and it's very holy, and seeing the body and just remembering everything that he stood for is very important.
Thousands of people lining up at St. Peter's Basilica. Francis will lie in state for 3 days before Saturday's funeral, which is expected to draw at least 250,000 people. After the funeral, cardinals begin the process of selecting the next pope. It is 4:04. The Von Hassler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather, and triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
A couple of travel advisories on the south side where we're actually seeing mostly dry pavement. First one's 85 southbound, right at the I-285 interchange by the airport. We got a crash right now. They're holding all lanes, trying to get these cars out of the left lanes. It's stacked up 85 south from Camp Creek Parkway, 285 westbound, all the way back to I-75. Use Highway 29 to head down toward Union City as an alternate. Second travel advisories in Morrow. Crash 75 southbound, Highway 54, Jonesboro Road. Exit 233, 2 left lanes are blocked there, adding to the delays stretching back up into Forest Park. You can use Highway 1941, Highway 54, which is Jonesboro Road, or I-675 southbound as alternates. And just found a new crash in Dorville, second right lane block, 285 eastbound, the inner loop at Buford Highway. Plenty of brake lights through downtown, Kobe Dawkins.
That's correct. Rides are definitely starting to slow. 75-85 north starting at Langford Parkway, getting past Spring Street. 85 south, rides become jammed before the Georgia 400 merge. And 75 south, those delays beginning before Howell Mill Road, both getting to I-20. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Mostly cloudy with an isolated rain shower or thunderstorm moving through tonight. Lows in the low 60s. Tomorrow, cloudy with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms, high 77. This pattern continues through Friday.
And Storm Tracker radar shows scattered rain showers around metro Atlanta at this hour. 76 in Stone Mountain, 79 in Marietta, 73 in Palmetto. More news at 4:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 2 of the Von Hassler Doctrine begins right now.
Still no updates on that goat, Eric, by the way, up in Duluth.
Oh, the hooved Houdini.
Still looking for him. So if you know anybody.
I think they should call him, rather than hooved Houdini, they should just say Hoovdini.
Yeah.
Portmanteau.
Yeah. The Houdini. And I'm sure, listen, be nice to this goat. It's famous now. Listen, now that we know that it's a goat and we're concentrated on it, now we care. Why do we care about this goat more than any other goat? Well, it's famous. So be careful.
Anyone who sees this goat,
don't get rough with the goat.
You're urged not to approach or attempt to capture it. Instead, contact Gwinnett Animal Control with information about its location.
You know there's somebody out there like, nah, son, get a bag.
I'm getting me a goat.
I can hit this.
Get me a bag. I'll show you how it's done. All right, we have to do. Now I want to say you got to keep your ears ready for this one. This is a little bit of an unusual word of the day. It's a word that apparently no computer in the world can figure out exactly the right pronunciation of. Word of the day.
Febrile or febrile or
febrile
or febrile.
All right. I like febrile.
Febrile or febrile or
febrile
or febrile.
Febrile or febrile is where I fall, and apparently all of those are okay. Whichever one you want to do. It is, hold on just a moment. Let me scroll down the page, get past the 932 advertisements on, and it's an adjective, huh? How about that?
Yeah.
Febrile, pertaining to or marked by fever. It's feverish if you are febrile or febrile or febrile or funbrile, or there's many ways to say it. Matter of fact, you could hit it right now.
Febrile or febrile or
febrile
or febrile.
There you go. You take your choice, but if you want to say they're in a fever, like some people, I've noticed this word a lot in the coverage of the Trump administration, as if it's in a fever. You know, it's they're febrile. A lot of times, the Wall Street Journal will refer to them as febrile or febrile.
Then you got to get the thesaurus out and
and the thesaurus.
I said thesaurus.
Why would you want the thesaurus?
Oh yeah, the dictionary.
Yeah, the dictionary will work in that situation.
All right, good to have a thesaurus in your house.
It's good to be able to actually pronounce it. Let's say, let's do this, or let's not. It doesn't matter to me. We don't have to.
What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening.
Come on, Eric. Tell us what's happening.
No, Jared. What's the buzz? Tell us all what's happening.
A new Reuters Ipsos poll.
Ipsos.
Has found.
Ipsos.
Factos.
They have found that Trump's economic approval rating has fallen to 37%.
I think my sense is that's why
I don't look at the polls.
He's beginning to kind of lighten up on some of these tariffs and talk about Jerome Powell as not being fired and the China thing may be coming through. I think you look at polls.
I don't look at them.
I think that as far as all of this stuff that they're doing on the world stage, I think it better work out and people see it. Average people see it. Things are cheaper. Life is a little bit better rather quickly. Because in his mind, even if he's thinking this is the hard stuff that I'm doing and it's going to end up actually helping the average person, if this goes on 6-8 months, a year, and the middle class has not felt some kind of relief overall, I think they're going to look at it as a bait and switch and be like, I don't remember him talking about this. I don't remember all of this stuff, shaking the world down to its knees and, all of that. It's all got to add up to something pretty quickly, I think, for the middle class. The MAGAs, they're going to, whatever. They're going to be there no matter what. But that's not what wins elections. Not that he's going to be up for an election, but Vance or somebody else will.
We prefer low polling.
And, and you could lose. Right now, he's in a sweet spot. He's got the whole government, basically, but in 2 years, you can lose the House and the Senate, and your ability to do a bunch of stuff is not that any sort of rule that's come before has stopped them from trying to do whatever, but it'll become even more difficult at that point. But I say overall, I got to say that I came to the conclusion last night that MAGA is full of ish. They they were never what they advertised themselves to be. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss. Story goes on and on and on. It turns out that MAGA was never upset about people being censored or that people weren't allowed to speak in free speech. Turns out they're full of it. What really MAGA was upset about is that they didn't have the power to censor the things that they want to censor. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss. I won't get into everything here that's being done because it's all set up to target people like me if I have an opinion that doesn't happen to be the opinion that is the official opinion. And I'm not going to let idiots take me off the air and pretend that I'm something that I'm not. But if you look into it, there's an awful lot of people who are being told that they are not allowed to have free speech. I was like, and the thing is, why would I even go on and be the free speech guy? People are so dumb. I mean, there's no chance that anybody, people don't understand that free speech explicitly covers things that you find untasteful. Free speech.
It's so frustrating.
People don't know. Free speech covers bigotry. Free speech covers racism. Free speech covers all of that. Now, don't hold it against me. It's like I just told you 2 + 2 = 4. I didn't invent the world. But I'm sick and tired of it now with my MAGA friends. No more with the free speech. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss. You were never into free speech. You were just jealous that the other side had the power to censor things that they wanted to censor, and you wanted that power, and now you have that power, and people are being told, if you think wrong on certain things, well, you're on the outs, and we're going to try to shut you down. And that's reality, and that's why, basically, I've said this in so many ways before, but just don't follow anyone or any movement ever. That's the way to go.
I
just
feel you.
Don't ever get skin in the game. I'm going to follow that guy, or I'm going to follow that gal, or this movement speaks for me. You're at that moment, you are the fish that thought, "Ooh, that looks delicious." Boom, and you're on the hook. And you can wiggle and wiggle and wiggle. You won't get off. You're either, let me put it this way, you're either into free speech 100% or you don't believe in free speech. There's nothing else. And by the way, there are provisions. It's not yelling fire in a theater. That's silliness. That was a Supreme Court opinion. But you can't at a rally point to somebody and say, "Hey, let's go burn his house down." There are limits.
Absolutely.
But whether you like it or not, free speech covers the kind of speech that makes you sick to your stomach. But here's the thing. Sometimes you say things that make other people sick to their stomach. It's a compact. Do you understand what it is? So I don't want to hear it anymore. MAGA, in my mind, officially, you're off your high horse. You're full of it, and you were never into free speech. You were just jealous that the other side was able to censor things they didn't like. Now you're in power, and you can go out there and censor, and J.D. Vance going over and lecturing Europe all about it. It's all BS. Never follow anyone or any movement ever.
I was with some of my buddies that are that lean right, that are big Trump supporters,
Right.
and I was having this very argument. I won't be specific about it, but in regards to speaking on college campuses, and I'm
Right.
like,
and I bet you they went round and round making rationale.
Did. And I'm like,
he's still good. He's still great.
And I'm sitting here, I'm like, guys, remember when we were in college on college campuses?
Yeah.
We were allowed to basically say, as long as you didn't harm anybody,
Right.
You were allowed to say anything that you wanted.
It's been a progressive leftist idea that, well, even though you didn't say you were going to do something specifically, your speech created an environment of all of that. And that's as far as I'll go on that. Because here's the reality. I have vowed that no one dumber than me will get me thrown off the air. And if you're somebody who tries to get people thrown off the air, de facto, you're dumber than me. Hello, Alex Williams. He says there's a travel advisory on 85 by the airport.
Hey, good afternoon, Eric and gang. Yeah, we're watching this crash right now. Only a right lane squeezing by here. 85 southbound, right at I-285 down there near the airport. It's got 285 westbound stacked and packed, leaving I-75. 85 south delays back toward Camp Creek Parkway. You can take Highway 29 as an alternate. Travel advisory number 2 also on the south side. 2 left lanes knocked out in Morrow. 75 southbound, Highway 54, Jonesboro Road, exit 55. Jonesboro Road, I-675, some alternates there. If you're traveling 285 westbound, the outer loop on the north side, you're slow from Peachtree Boulevard and Doraville over to Roswell Road and Sandy Springs, then really tougher in both directions on the west side where it's been raining, 285 north and south between Smyrna Bindings and I-20, the West Freeway. Checking on the crash we've had on the inner loop in Doraville, Kobe Dawkins.
A little bit of better news. 285 eastbound, the inner loop right at Buford Highway exit 32. Crash mostly off to the right, but then as you continue, you're on the brakes moving through Clarkston, getting to Memorial Drive. And this report is sponsored by Lear Capital. Our financial system is cracking under pressure. Your retirement is at risk. Take control now. Lear Capital is offering a free Sky High Silver report and precious metals IRA guide at betternestegg.com. Don't leave your future to chance. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Eric Erickson.
Informative and topical when you want
Now, I
it.
know senators, they refer to the House as their enemy.
And a break when you need
And
it.
we need to put our big boy pants on.
Eric Erickson.
Elon Musk is a veritable Miley Cyrus.
Tomorrow at noon.
It happens at the state level. My gosh, it happens at the state level.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Cancer upends your life. We're doing all we can to change that. At Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University, we're reimagining the care experience to ease the burden of cancer with experts in your cancer and the research, trials, and treatments you can only get here. All so you can focus on what matters most, the best chance of living a full life. Winship Cancer Institute of Emory University. Cancer care designed around you and your life. EmoryHealthcare.org/Winship.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell, and for over a decade, I've trusted America's best choice for windows, doors, siding, and decks.
Spring is the perfect time to update your home, and America's Best Choice makes it easy with these spring specials. Highest quality, energy-efficient windows starting at just $299. Take 10% off a new deck and create the outdoor oasis of your dreams. No pressure, no gimmicks. Visit abcwin.com today to schedule your free consultation.
Avoid the stress of preparing to sell your home with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. You can skip the hassle of spring cleaning and sell your home fast for maximum value. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. Don't worry about showings, open houses, or costly repairs. Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed offer allows you to bypass the market, receive an all-cash offer, and close within days. With over 12,500 five-star reviews, you can trust Mark Spain Real Estate to sell your home fast with their guaranteed cash offer. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where AquaGuard comes in, a groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at aquaguard.net/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
This is Scott Slade. Let's talk about how to improve your chances of living a longer, healthier life. For me, it's preventive medicine. My doctor saw one funky number in my lab work that eventually led to a diagnosis early enough so I still had options. You just got to have a medical professional looking at you every so often, especially when we're talking about heart disease, the nation's #1 killer. And that's where virtual imaging comes in. They've got the best CT imaging in the Southeast with 98% accuracy and low radiation, like flying in an airplane. They can detect calcium levels in your arteries and most cancers at the earliest stage. And virtual imaging can scan your brain to see if you're in danger of a tumor, stroke, or even dementia. So don't put this off, especially with this offer for virtual imaging. For a limited time, they're offering you and your spouse a free heart scan. Yes, free with a few minimum requirements. I've done it. Call 404-678-SCAN. That's 404-678-SCAN. Or make an appointment by visiting their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
You know, there's scientists at that get research for the NIH. You know, there's a million of them. Some of them may be scammers. I don't know. Usually when you get in the heart of that kind of bureaucracy, you're going to find something. But they're being forced to sign paperwork that says that in order to get continue to be a scientist and do research, they can't participate in certain boycotts. Is that what you voted for? I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it is. What's next?
Justin Bieber's longtime friend reportedly believes the singer is in a cult as Inner Circle shrinks. And again, cue the Hailey Bieber haters as well too. That's starting to be
hold on. He has been weird.
He's been weird lately, but there's a big attack against her. There's this idea that he'd be happier with Selena Gomez and that things would have worked out better.
That didn't work out.
It did not work out.
Well, I mean, who knows? I don't know. I don't know these people. I don't know if you're better with.
There were diehard
I'll tell you
believers
something.
in
This
them.
guy it's like a child star thing. We've seen it a million times. You know, the mistake was all the adults around him when he was 17 going, yeah, tattoo your whole body up. Yeah, that's a good thing. Just go ahead and, act like you're a gangster, you know. And he was around adults who were not particularly taking care of someone who was 14, 15, 16, 17 years old in that period. And so he's lost. He's had these medical weirdness, not weirdness, but he has some sort of, I don't know if it's something that comes back over time. What did he have? It wasn't Bell's palsy, but that thing, remember, part of his face was frozen?
Right.
And I just read about some other rapper whose face is frozen. Is there a drug that does that? I don't know. But
Was Lil Nas X?
Lil Nas X.
Yeah, he's paralyzed, right? Half his face?
Yeah, so I don't know if the two are the same or whatever, but this kid was thrown into an adult world way too early. And, there's very few, like, Ron Howard's parents were good and made him go to school, go through everything. And he had as normal of a life as you can have when you're a celebrity at the age of 3.
He had Ramsay Hunt syndrome, which is from the chickenpox virus.
Okay. So he's been through a lot. And then the marriage, whatever. It's not like I follow this guy.
I think that they're happy. I feel like that's just an internet rumor that for some reason Hailey just
You
isn't
think
healthy.
he comes off as happy
No,
right now?
I'm saying his marriage, not him.
Is
personally.
she the one that got him in this with this pastor? You know what happened? I don't know. I don't know the church. I don't know the pastor. I don't know but pastors are people, and people have their own reasons for doing what they do, and I'm not, just because he's a pastor, I'm not past thinking, oh, it's really cool to be the most important person in Justin Bieber's life. You kind of get to go to shows and get backstage access and all of this kind of stuff. But apparently, if it's not a cult, it's a religion that says you shouldn't be hanging out with people who aren't in our religion. So you call that whatever you want. I don't know. But so he's dropping a lot of friends.
Including Ryan Good, who is the co-founder and creative director of Bieber's fashion brand.
Yeah, but no longer. He
Drew
came
House.
out recently and said, I'm no longer with this thing and you shouldn't go there. And so, there's that whole thing where, it's like Scientology. What is it? Is it a cult? Is it just another religion? Is it, but there seems to be this idea, the idea of a cult usually is, or one of the aspects of a cult is that you have to not ever engage with those who have questions about what you're in or just aren't a part of it. And so I think that's when they're saying they're worried that he's in a cult, is because apparently all the friends that he's had. And by the way, like I said, I don't think these friends have done him much good over the years. I mean, it's just what the world that he was thrown into, which is now going to be on trial very soon with the Diddy trial. The world that he was thrown into. I mean, how old was he when we met him? Like, was he 15?
15,
He looked like he was 12, but I guess he was like 15. And he was just like a kid that you would see any time, any place, anywhere.
Which, could you imagine being 15 years old and having anyone from 11-year-old girls to like 40-year-old women?
Women waiting in line to meet him were 30-year-old women.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you something. I
could not imagine that.
I stood up from back then because people were saying he was becoming a jerk. And I was saying, any dude who, from the age of 11 or 12, has women all over the world throwing themselves at you, every dude would go through a jerk phase. Because you haven't lived long enough to know what rejection is. You haven't, everything's just thrown at you when you're 12 or 13 years old. You don't have any perspective. You just think you deserve it all. Why wouldn't I think I'm better than everybody else? I'm looking around. People aren't scrambling for everybody else. Yeah, my seventh grade teacher, people aren't scrambling for him, so I must be better than him. You need adults that can kind of guide you through and say, teach you the lessons that life isn't naturally throwing at you.
They do have a young child at home too. They believe the
They
baby's
do?
like, I think it's like 8 months old or something like that.
No idea.
Yeah, so that also might be a reason why he's not hanging out with his buddies, is because he's taking care
Wow,
of his
you
kid.
really think he's fine? You think he's fine?
I don't think it's as bad as people are
He
like.
cries a lot for a guy who's 30 or whatever he is. Alex Williams says there's a travel advisory on 75 in Morrow.
Watching the crash right now on the jam cam, 2 left lanes knocked out. I-75 southbound, Jonesboro Road, Highway 54, exit 233. Use 1941, Jonesboro Road or I-675, some alternates to avoid the jam, leaving 285. Speaking of, 285 westbound is all stacked in from I-75 in Clayton County through those airport tunnels, all due to the second travel advisory we have on I-85 southbound right at 285 near the airport. Highway 29 is an alternate to get you around that, as well as you can probably use Old National Highway. And checking on a possible new crash in Dunwoody, 285 westbound, the outer loop Chambly-Dunwoody Road. We will scan the jam cam for that. How are things looking through Midtown and downtown, Kobe Dawkins?
Well, it's very slow. Southbound rides, 75-85. You are jammed before the downtown merge, getting to I-20, and northbound rides, very slow starting at Langford Parkway, getting past Spring Street. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
It's time to get out and celebrate spring, but if your spring outing led to a life-altering accident, make a life-altering call to John Foy & Associates, the Strong Arm. It's Smiler Mark McKay. They have the experience, knowledge, and results it takes to win for you. JohnFoy.com.
Your home's exterior really needs an update, but the economy is uncertain. No worries. Superior Pro is committed to low prices and high quality with American-made windows, siding, painting, doors, and more. Now, we're making it easier with this special offer. Purchase siding from Superior Pro and get half off the painting. And always an extended labor warranty. Schedule at SuperiorPro.com.
Superior Pro, the pros to know.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Cheap exterior paint sounds like a deal, right? Until it chips or flakes and you find yourself repainting your house in a few years.
So that cheap paint isn't so cheap after all. More paint, more labor, more of your hard-earned money.
Or you could save thousands of dollars over time with Rhino Shield and never paint again.
Rhino Shield won't chip, flake, or peel and stands up to anything Mother Nature can throw at it. Rhino Shield can even make your house more energy efficient.
Rhino Shield, stop painting, start protecting. Visit rhinoshieldga.com.
When everyone in the family wants something different from this year's vacation, there's only one thing to do. Plan for Pigeon Forge. From gorgeous mountain views, shows, and shopping for leisure lovers, to coasters, a 200-foot swing, and hundreds more rides for adventure seekers. Plus Dollywood's epic array of fun. There's plenty of variety for the whole family, all in one place. Unique experiences, quality time, and memories for years to come. Find your personal favorites. Plan your getaway at mypigeonforge.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 4:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by QC Kinetics. Our top story, massive crowds passed through St. Peter's Basilica to pay their respects to Pope Francis. CBS's Tony Aiello is at the Vatican.
Pallbearers carried Francis's coffin from his residence to the Basilica earlier Wednesday for the start of 3 days of public viewing. The procession made its way through the same square where the 88-year-old made a surprise appearance for Easter Sunday, just hours before he died. The late Pope Francis will lie in state until his funeral and burial on Saturday. Because so many people are lining up to spend a few moments at his coffin, the Vatican says it may extend the viewing hours.
70 degrees in Atlanta. We've got scattered rain showers moving through the metro area this hour. Will this trend continue tomorrow? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. A mother is sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole for murdering her 7-year-old daughter. Alondra Hobbs pleads guilty in a DeKalb County courtroom today. District Attorney Sherry Boston says the girl was locked in a closet for months.
One of the most inhumane, cruel things that we have ever witnessed between a parent and a child.
Hobbs was arrested in June of 2023. The child was discovered after a man walked by the closet at the Hidden Valley Apartments and smelled a foul odor. Suwanee police issue a public warning after a caretaker is accused of stealing thousands of dollars from elderly victims.
There are at least 4 victims right now, and there are likely more. Suwanee Police Captain Robert Thompson says 24-year-old Brianna Michelle Powell faces a list of charges for allegedly taking about $20,000 from the victims.
Right now, we're just trying to find if there's anybody out there that may have had Miss Powell working in their home and they feel like that they may have been defrauded by her.
He says none of the victims realized they had been victimized. That includes stolen checks and fraudulent charges on their credit cards. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
A second deer tests positive for chronic wasting disease in Georgia. The 4-year-old buck was discovered in Berrien County in South Georgia. Tina Johansson with the Georgia Department of Natural Resources says it is a slow-moving disease.
We've been watching this disease creep out from where it was originally found. Back in the late 60s, CWD was first described in deer in Colorado.
This latest deer was found about 400 yards from the location where the first sick deer turned up in January. Zombie deer disease is reported in 36 states. A warning for people who use popular hair loss drugs.
The FDA warning is over topical finasteride, the hair loss treatment sold by providers like Hims and Keeps.
This is the future of healthcare. This is Hims and Hers.
The warning is over side effects not listed, like sexual dysfunction, depression, and suicidal thoughts.
CBS's Matt Piper says in some reported cases, side effects continued even after people stopped using the product. Illinois Senator Dick Durbin announces today he will not seek re-election next year.
The decision of whether to run for re-election has not been easy. I truly love the job of being United States Senator. But in my heart, I know it's time to pass the torch.
Durbin currently serves as the Senate Minority Whip and is a ranking member of the Judiciary Committee. He was elected in 1996 and is one of the most senior members of the U.S. Senate. Big upgrades are coming to 20 Walmart stores in Georgia, including 3 in Metro Atlanta.
Calling them the stores of the future, Walmart's remodeled locations will feature fresh displays, wider product selection, expanded online pickup and delivery, and new pharmacy services.
When we go in and we're doing a remodel and we're investing in a store, I love to see the impact that it has on the community.
Johnny Sartain says the changes will be in place by the end of 2025. The Metro Atlanta stores slated for updates include locations in Marietta, Snellville, and Fayetteville. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
It is now 4:34, and it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather, and Triple Team Traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Still watching this travel advisory in Morrow. Crash in 2 left lanes, 75 southbound. Highway 54, exit number 233. That's Jonesboro Road. It's stacked up the ride as you leave I-75. Use Highway 1941, Jonesboro Road, or 675 south. Some alternates to avoid that. Making progress with this crash we've had by the airport, 85 southbound at 285. Now just 1 left lane blocked, but it's cooked the ride on 85 south from Camp Creek Parkway. 285 westbound, you're slow from I-75. Think about Highway 29, Old National Highway, some alternates there. If you're traveling I-20 heading into downtown, we're looking for new trouble. 20 westbound, right around Boulevard, exit 59. You're slow back before Moreland Avenue. And then you continue on and off the brakes through West Atlanta, heading 20 westbound out of downtown over toward Fulton Industrial Boulevard. 85 north out of the Cabin and Gwinnett, sluggish. Chamblee Tucker up toward Indian Trail. How's out on 400 heading northbound, Kobe Dawkins?
Well, rides are very slow, leaving I-285 getting to North Ridge Road, and then you're on and off the brakes getting into Alpharetta. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Cloudy skies this evening with a passing rain shower or thunderstorm. Lows tonight in the low 60s. Tomorrow, cloudy with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms, high 77. This cloudy, rainy pattern will continue through Friday.
And WSB Storm Tracker radar shows scattered showers around the metro area. Some heavy rain right now between Atlanta and Griffin. If if you're heading down I-75. 70 degrees in Mableton, 77 in Johns Creek, and 75 in Hampton. More news at 5 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Trust is not just a word, it's an experience. When your home needs service, you can trust TE certified electrical, plumbing, heating, and cooling. Hey, it's Chris Chandler. TE is the company I trust to fix any problem once and for all. Their 5-star customer experience means easy online scheduling, friendly technicians, and a lifetime workmanship warranty, so I can just sit back and relax.
TE certified, we love your home.
Hope. It's more than a word. It's a breakthrough in the making. At City of Hope, we're pushing the boundaries of science, targeting cancer at the molecular level, with teams of experts working together to personalize a treatment plan right down to your DNA with unprecedented speed, making every second count, with appointments in as little as 24 hours. City of Hope, advancing cancer care at life-saving speed. Learn more at cityofhope.org.
Know your rights before you're stopped. Print your free DUI rights card at georgestein.com.
I'm going to let you in on a little secret. When garage doors break, they usually don't break all at once. They don't just up and die. They die slowly. Garage doors complain a bit before they crap out, squeaking and sticking and shaking and grinding. They go down part way and then stop and go back up for no reason. But they hardly ever just end up dead with no symptoms and no long goodbye. If you ignored the signs, that dead door is on you. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our 19-point seasonal maintenance check makes sure everything's healthy. Oil the chain, check the rollers, realign the tracks, talk to you about how things are going, and look into any symptoms that might have you worried. Catch problems early, and your garage doors should be around to play with the grandkids. And talk about the old days, when all this was just farmland.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
If critters are creeping in your attic, better call Breda to kick those critters out. With the Breda Wildlife Guarantee, if they return, you're covered at no additional cost.
Breda, Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
By the way, I have a new name. Now that we've identified that MAGA was always full of it. They didn't care about censorship. They just were jealous. They wanted the power to censor the things that they want. So no longer are they MAGA to me because they are full of ish. So it's MAGish.
Mm-hmm. I like that. MAGish.
No more MAGA. MAGish. I don't want to get to this. You know what? Here's a question I have. And it's not a paranoia. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's just a question. I've noticed a lot of have patience, I'm a student driver lately. And I'm starting to think it's a bit of a scam. Can you just get those bumper stickers anywhere?
I see them everywhere.
More
now than I did
like
before.
They're all over, and we know for a fact that less kids even give a damn about learning how to drive.
Right.
So there should have been way more in the past. So I'm on the, I don't know, I was on 400 a couple nights ago. I'm seeing this all over the place. And then behind me, I got like a muscle car, and he's all over me. I'm not going fast enough. He's trying to weave in and out. He got things to do. And I don't know if everybody who drives a Dodge Challenger is a jerk, but my goodness, it's something that I've noticed. People who drive Dodge Challengers just act jerkish on the roads.
Look at all that power.
I guess so. So it's like a muscle car. It's and I'm letting him down by just, I don't know, observing the rules of the road relatively. And he goes whizzing by me on the bumper. Please have patience, student driver. How can that be? Do they even teach people how to drive in muscle cars?
It might be his kids.
Yeah, but I thought student driver was when you were actually taking the lessons, and they come when my sons did this, they would come to the house with a car and come in the driveway, and my kid would get in the car and drive their car.
No, that's not what it means. It just means that they're a student and they are driving, so they are young drivers.
That's not what it's supposed. No, student driver is supposed to mean please be patient. I'm actually learning right now. There's an instructor in the car with me.
That's not what those stickers are for. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I see those stickers too, and there's it's not like the car that has that brake on the passenger side because
Right.
there's a person sitting there. Like,
Right.
that's not what's happening.
Well, then you're just agreeing with me because that's what it's supposed to mean.
You can buy
It's supposed to mean that.
You could buy that exact sticker for $7 on Amazon, and then I'm seeing
You
$7.
think cops give you a break or something? Like
That's
if
probably
maybe if
why.
you're weaving around or something. It's a student driver. I'll give him a break.
$8 at Home Depot too, by the way.
Okay, so it's some kind of
pretty
weird.
expensive.
There's no way. It's not expensive if there's a purpose for it. It's expensive for a bumper sticker, but
That's
if
what I
there's
mean, $8
if
for
there's
a
some kind
bumper
of
sticker.
but if you think if you're up to something,
If you're a bad driver,
yeah,
you
I
want
don't
one
know.
of these.
There should just be a sticker. Bad driver. Have patience. I suck.
I just do not believe that any driving instructor is instructing in their Dodge Challenger. I'm sorry, I just don't.
They don't
buy it.
teach it in school anymore, right? You have to go to a private.
They don't teach anything in school
company.
anymore except
It
how to be nice
depends.
to the climate.
There's some schools that I think still have it as like an elective.
No, it was mandatory when I was in high school.
I know because everybody's going to drive. These kids aren't all that into driving. It's a whole different time now.
I think
Kids
that-
have to be like talked into it.
George, did you go to high school in the Atlanta area? Because I believe
I
quit.
in Cobb County.
You did. Did you have to take the class? Because
Not in
I know,
school, no.
I know Tina had to take the class, and she's a little bit younger than me.
Ask
so.
me if I went to high school.
Eric, did you go to high school?
Yeah, for about 6 weeks. Yeah.
Nice.
How
I
was
don't-
it?
Oh man, it was fantastic. I had to get
Yeah,
out of there.
it's good.
Could also be immigrants getting licenses because they don't have them when they come here, and that might be why it would be an older person than a.
Well, I didn't even notice the people in the car.
Oh,
You
I
know,
drive up and get right next to
Oh
them.
no, I don't do anything.
Oh, you
I
like,
don't.
you're one of those people you like to look over?
No, I'm kidding
I'm
about
not.
that.
How else are they gonna learn?
I'm
I
like
am
Eric
not-
now.
I'm
like
tunnel vision.
Eric now.
I don't make eye contact.
I'm not
with
gonna.
people.
So people are crazy. Have you read the news? I mean, I'm not gonna get killed because you cut me off. Well, good for you. I
keep a
guess
gun
you'll
in your
get there.
car.
You'll get there a little bit earlier than me. I don't care.
Eric, keep a gun in that Kia Soul, so that way if they
I'm
ever
not gonna-
pull up on you, you pull a gun, just show it.
Yeah, start flashing. Hey, start flashing the hardware.
Eric would pull out that gun, he'd fumble it, and then shoot his leg or something.
That's
what I would do. I'd be like,
well,
"Ah!"
don't project your bad gun
with her AirPods
mojo
on.
How
on
many
me.
guns have you held in your life?
I actually lived in the South quite early in my life, and there were
So did
guns
I.
everywhere. I lived in the real South, rural,
well, excuse
Route
me.
16, Watson, Louisiana, which was outside of Denham
That's a different kind of
Springs,
South.
which was outside of Baton Rouge. So I was out there.
Answer
Everybody
the
had
question, sir. Your Honor, he's not answering the
guns.
question.
More when I was younger than as I got
How
older.
many?
I didn't count, but I don't know, 20? I don't know.
Is it less than 10 or more than 10?
It's more than 10.
This is a Judge Judy thing.
I feel like
Is it more than 20 or less than 20?
It's the way people ask you about how many times you've been laid or something.
It's
like,
I don't
Eric, what's your body count?
You guys know John Rigi. John Rigi is a comedian. I look him up. Riggi, I think. I don't know if he was still doing comedy, but back in the 90s he was doing comedy, and then he ended up on Larry Sanders' show. He was a writer, and then he was on the show for a season or two. He's a very, very funny guy. And right about the time I met him, he came out of the closet as gay, and he would tell this joke that he was watching a porn, and in the porn, somebody asked him if he had ever done this before. Like the character in the porn, if they had ever done this before. And the guy said, once or twice. And Reggie's like, well, if you'd only done it once or twice, wouldn't you know if it was once or twice? Is he still around? Were you able to pull him up?
His last writing credit is from 1992 is what I'm seeing here.
Oh, no. I mean, he was on Sanders.
doesn't say he's dead.
He was on Sanders after, I don't know. He was very funny. Very, very funny comedian.
That's just the Wikipedia. The IMDb does show some more recent stuff.
Yeah, he was a very, very funny guy.
The last thing he wrote for was Single Drunk Female, the TV series.
I don't know what that is. I've never heard of it. But, even
it's so good.
Even good writers have to take jobs. So, maybe he's older and he's not politically correct or something. I don't know. Are you giving me some traffic here? Some information that I'm supposed to...
As I continue to scribble down these notes from my dear buddy Alex Williams, when we come back, I got some audio. The NBA on TNT had a good prank on
Well,
Shaq
you're really following Shaq's...
That's funny. I'm sorry. It's so funny. When you jump into the comment section on this stuff, there are people that are complaining and say, I want more of the X's and O's for these NBA games.
You
I'm
don't need any.
They're entertaining as hell. They're better than the games. Better than the actual games.
Well, yes, because the NBA, which stinks. And how many X's and O's are there in NBA
Give it to your
now?
superstar.
Yeah,
Boom.
give it to your superstar, and he'll launch it from the logo. And I mean, that's kind of the game now, isn't it? Alex Williams says there's better news on 85 by the airport.
We'd like to bring the good news, Eric, and that crash has cleared. 85 southbound, right at I-285 there by the airport. It's still jammed up 285 west coming through the airport tunnels. 85 south is in recovery mode from Camp Creek Parkway. Might take you longer, just take the alternate, so I just stick with the interstates at this point. We just found a new crash heading into downtown through East Atlanta, left lane blocked, or HOV lane blocked, I-20 westbound, right around Boulevard exit 59. You're slow back to Glenwood Avenue. If you're traveling 85 north out of DeKalb in Gwinnett County, you're seeing some brake lights from Chamblee Tucker Road up into the Norcross area. 400 northbound slows from 285 through Sandy Springs. 75 northbound, sluggish between Marietta and Kennesaw. Southbound, you're jammed up out of Marietta, trying to get onto that slow I-85 or I-285 transition. Still watching the trouble on I-75 in Morrow, Kobe Dawkins.
And it's 75 southbound right at Highway 54, exit 233. Crash now blocking one left lane. Still seeing tough delays back to I-285. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
On air,
online,
on the app,
where you get your news,
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
Are you serious? The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
OMG! Oh my goodness!
Just enter the word at WSBradio.com or on the WSB radio app.
Your next chance to win is coming up at 5.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz
on 95.5 WSB.
Wet spots or water streaks on your ceiling, drywall, or chimney? Your roof is leaking. Home Fix It host Dave Baker. Get a free roof analysis from my trusted experts, Finley Roofing. The roof guys. No obligation, no charge. FinleyRoofing.com.
Roof. Getting engaged? At Shane Company, we'll help you find the perfect diamond. This is your engagement ring, a.k.a. only your life's most important piece of jewelry. No need to worry. As gemstone experts since 1929, we handpick only the most beautiful natural and lab-grown diamonds cut to our high standards in every price range. We have diamonds in all shapes and sizes, ready to compare side by side right here in our store. Come see for yourself at Shanco.com or at your local store. No appointment necessary. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
At the Original Mattress Factory, we know most people don't love mattress shopping. In fact, many dread it. And why wouldn't they? Many mattress stores use high-pressure sales techniques like today-only pricing and tout features that don't really offer a benefit. They offer an overwhelming number of options to confuse things even further. At OMF, we do things differently. Our showrooms are easy to navigate, and our sales team actually cares. Our goal is to answer your questions, not pressure you into purchasing. OriginalMattress.com.
Hi, it's Tim Andrews for My Roofer FGA Roofing. Are you considering a new roof but not sure when you'll be able to get it in the budget? FGA Roofing is offering a 000 offer this month. 0 down payment, 0 interest for 12 months, and 0 monthly payments. Search FGA Roofing for a free quote today.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now. 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
Now open at 54 Bullsboro Drive, Home Outlet Noonan. Break up with your big box store and discover a better way to tackle home improvement. Employee-owned Home Outlet delivers the guaranteed lowest prices on a wide selection of quality in-stock kitchens, baths, floors, and more. Take advantage of our free services, including expert kitchen planning and accurate estimates for baths, floors, doors, and windows. Shop in-store or online at homeoutlet.com.
Home Outlet.
is your home store.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? When it comes to Big Wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get your second month free for a limited time. You'll get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month. Here's Veronica and Jackie, real customers.
I didn't know that I could get something for a lot less money that was actually better than who I was with before.
Anytime anybody complains about their cell phone bill, we say, you've got to check out Consumer Cellular.
And now for a limited time, new customers can get their second month free when they use promo code SECONDFREE. Just call, click, or bring us your bill and see how much you can save. Because when it comes to Big Wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit a store near you, or consumercellular.com and use code SECONDFREE to get a free second month. Real people paid to share their opinions in this ad. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
So I thought I was going to have a very successful moment today with Eric toots his own horn. Oh no! What went wrong? We usually do Eric toots his own horn whenever I tell you something's going to happen, and it happens. Now, I wasn't completely and totally wrong, but I said yesterday that once Trump said that he was not going to fire Jerome Powell, and then started saying things about how the China thing could turn into a good deal very soon, I said, tomorrow these spazzes on Wall Street, if you're allowed to say that, but I'm saying it about people on Wall Street, it's fine. You can say anything about Wall Street people, that they will suddenly the market will go up somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000. And I wasn't absolutely correct on. The market went up,
but
only little under 500. Little under 500. It wasn't. So Eric's tooting his horn, but the horns are refusing to toot back. All right, Yamamoto, what's the buzz? Tell us what's happening.
All right, so I teased this before. So Shaq had his moment on Monday night where nature called, and he had to go to the bathroom on the middle of the set.
The other thing about Kawhi is,
I don't want to go through. You can't give me both of these pieces of audio.
I'm trying to get a little setup there. All right. Well, last night I was watching the Lakers T-Wolves game. And
good for you.
They played.
Who are you rooting for?
It was just on casual.
What are you just like? You must have had a third screen going.
No, I mean I was definitely scrolling on my phone and then kind of looking for some kind of movie to watch later. And
did Bronny play, or is he not on the team?
Bronny, I don't know if he's on the playoff line. I didn't see him play at all, but Luka and LeBron Lecrae.
He's in Gmail or whatever they call that league.
The G League.
The Gmail League.
But they ended up playing a prank on Shaq this time by bringing a porta potty out on set for him to help him out, so that way he doesn't have to run as far to the bathroom.
Jared
I missed a porta party. The porta party.
The porter party.
Well, it is a party sometimes.
That's after the train, it's done.
It's a party.
Parties.
And since Joe brought it out here, so
what is he doing here, by the way?
He goes into the porta potty.
Yeah, but he starts grunting.
Anyway,
it's a bit.
Last night, by the way, folks.
Who does this? Who in the bathroom goes,
Sounds like him doing the hawk.
It does sound like him doing the hawk.
What we've come to.
Yeah, what are they now over there? Like a 90s morning show?
There's actually a lock on it.
Who the F you line?
We're waiting on you. No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Come on, Kenny.
No.
Come on, Kenny.
No, do not do
Come on, Kenny. Kenny, let's flip it. Come on, let's flip it.
I like that.
Come on, Kenny.
Yeah, that's
let's
funny.
flip it, man.
PK,
let me know when I can tell people why we're even doing this.
Me too. I'm there with you. I don't know. People get mad. I want to hear more X's and O's.
They do. They get so mad. The
I
show
want to be
is
entertained.
That's a great show. And the game at that point at halftime was already out for the Timberwolves. The Lakers were up by 20.
Don't most of these games stink? I don't know. Sometimes that happens in the first round anyway. You get mismatched
There have been a
teams.
couple of okay games, but overall, though, I mean, like this one, now the series is tied.
Wouldn't it be more
1-1.
fun to watch the Hawks get beat up?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be
Of
fun
course.
if we could just watching them lose by 20, 30 points a game? So Trey is saying all the right things. He's saying he wants to stay in
Put
Atlanta.
out a great Instagram post
Wants
yesterday.
to be part of the future. But I think, good on him, but also you're making your tradability better by that. Because basically what you're saying to other teams is, I'm not going to bring some negative attitude. I'm perfectly willing to stay here and be part of the change, which signals to other teams, you're not going to be an attitude problem now or later. So it's good words to hear, but I don't know why you would trust the Hawks to turn it around.
He also said ATL heart emoji, 7 years down, and last one I won't be in the postseason, exclamation point, love.
Well, that's kind of like both
I know.
ways, isn't
I
it?
know, a little
it's like
bit,
either,
right?
either I'm going to get there with the Hawks or I'm going to get there with somebody else. Alex Williams sees brake lights circling the city on 285.
Slow all over 285 this afternoon, Eric. It's starting on the outer loop, 285 west and southbound. Budget at least a half hour to travel from Chamblee, Dunwoody around to Paces Ferry Road. It stays sluggish down to I-20, the West Freeway. On the north side inner loop, 285 eastbound, brake lights find you around Roswell Road for the trip into Dunwoody. It stacks up again in Dorville from Buford Highway through the I-85 interchange down to Highway 78, the Stone Mountain Freeway. Wouldn't you know, another crash on the south side. This time it's in Fairburn, right lane blocked, 85 southbound. Highway 74, Sonoya Road, exit 61. Those delays are starting to creep back up toward Union City. And we've had a crash working in the HOV lane, I-20 westbound, right around Boulevard, exit 59, heading in toward downtown. Speaking of, how is downtown, Kobe Dawkins?
It remains slow. 75-85 north starting at Langford Parkway, getting to 17th Street. 85 southbound, rides become jammed at the Georgia 400 merge, and 75 south, those delays beginning at Moores Mill Road, both getting to I-20. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
How can your termite company claim your home is termite free? By only walking around the outside? Dave Baker for Breda Pest Management. Termites are the most destructive pest of all. They literally eat your house. So only Breda will also come inside and thoroughly inspect your entire home with infrared cameras. Breda guarantees your termite protection and will lock in your rate for 10 years. BREDAPest.com.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment and paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
Beaver Direct Certified, providing the highest quality vehicles at the very best prices. Every vehicle undergoes rigorous reconditioning with an industry-leading 12-month, 12,000-mile certified warranty. Visit us at BeaverToyotaComing.com and see why everyone loves Beaver Direct.
Remember that first paycheck when you started working all those years ago? You looked at the net amount and thought, whoa, what happened here? Ah, the joy of taxes. It could be this way with your retirement accounts. You know how much you've saved, but if you haven't planned for Uncle Sam, you could come up short in retirement. With tax laws constantly changing, there's a lot you need to know to make sure you're not paying more than your fair share. Financial advisor Mark Lloyd and the Lloyd Advisory Group can help you create a plan that shows you how taxes could affect you now and in the future. Set up your tax strategy session with Mark and the team at the Lloyd Advisory Group now. Call 770-766-5611. That's 770-766-5611. Make sure you know how these changes could affect you so you can avoid some of those whoa moments in retirement. Call 770-766-5611. Insurance products and services offered through Lloyd Advisory Group. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
Not everything in life comes with a guarantee, but for premium local farm fresh sod that comes with a spring green up guarantee, family owned and operated, NG Turf is the only grower to consider. Get your sod from a certified turf professional at ngturf.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 5 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Nelson Exteriors. Our top local story. A Decatur mother pleads guilty to the 2023 murder of her disabled daughter after leaving her to die in a closet for months. WSB's Veronica Waters reports live with reaction from DeKalb County's DA.
She said life was, quote, too much. Those are words from Alondra Hobbs. The reason she gave for leaving her 7-year-old cerebral palsy-stricken daughter, Olivia, strapped into a stroller in a closet and then moving out of their apartment.
I can't believe I have to say this. Murder is not the option.
The girl's mummified body was found 4 months later, and DeKalb County DA Sherry Boston tells me it's one of the most inhumane cases they have ever seen. To date, she says, this mom has not shown remorse.
We don't kill autistic disabled children. But if you decide that that's what you're going to do, then you should be prepared to go to prison for the rest of your natural born life.
And the 29-year-old Hobbs has been sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. Reporting live, Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
73 degrees in Atlanta. Scattered showers moving through. When do we start to dry out? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. Spreading rumors gets one man killed and another life in prison.
Prosecutors say 26-year-old Stanislas Alverno wanted to know why 33-year-old Markel Williams was spreading rumors about him. So the two met in the Lilburn Homestay Suites parking lot, where the argument ended with Williams pulling a gun and shooting Alverno 5 times. The bullets he used were designed to explode on impact, doing more damage to the body. Williams fled, but later turned himself in. His sentence does include the possibility of parole. Steve Summers, 95.5 WSB.
Covington police are searching for a man who attempted an overnight home invasion by pretending to be making a DoorDash delivery.
Who at my door?
DoorDash.
This is part of the video shared with Channel 2 Action News. Police say the masked man walked up to a woman's home at the Wellington Ridge Apartments early this morning. Warnings from the CEOs of Walmart and Target about the impact of tariffs. They told President Trump in a private meeting this week that his tariff policy could disrupt supply chains and potentially result in empty store shelves in the weeks to come. The CEO of Atlanta-based Home Depot was also at the meeting. President Trump says today even China wants to make a deal now on tariffs.
We have a lot of action going on. We're making a lot of money, this country. This country is not going to be losing money on trade anymore.
Stocks finished sharply higher today for the second day in a row. The Dow up nearly 420 points, the NASDAQ jumping 2.5%. An Atlanta-based railroad operator says tariffs are having a slightly positive impact on their business.
In a quarterly earnings call, Atlanta-based Norfolk Southern says it's maintaining its full-year guidance of 3% revenue growth, even with the market uncertainty.
All the indications that we see from our customer base are that, number one, they're seeing increasing value from the product that we're delivering, and number two, they're looking for ways to save money.
The company's Ed Elkin says some businesses are turning to rail as a cost-saving measure amid the tariffs. While it is a slower method to move product, it's typically cheaper than trucking. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
St. Peter's Basilica is packed as people pay their respects to Pope Francis today, including Alex Lenritz of Atlanta.
There's kind of just a mixture of emotions. I mean, I'm anxious a lot walking in. It's such a surreal place.
Francis will lie in state for 3 days before Saturday's funeral. A new law could help the state address a workforce shortage in Georgia.
With the U.S. Chamber of Commerce finding that Georgia has 54 workers for every 100 open jobs, Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger says addressing that shortfall is critical. A bill on Governor Kemp's desk would give the Secretary of State's office the power to issue licenses if the board doesn't respond in a timely manner.
We think it's really going to give license holders quick response times.
The Secretary of State's office oversees licensing for different professions ranging from nurses to barbers. In Fulton County, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
It's now 5:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Still watching this crash in Fairburn, 85 southbound, Highway 74, Sonoy Road, exit 61. It's in the right lane. You're slow as you leave a flat. Shoals heading to the northern suburbs. We had a crash up in Canton, 575 northbound, Hickory Flat Highway, Highway 140. That's going to be exit number 16. It has cleared. Some lingering delays back into Holly Springs, but improving. Before you get there, 75 northbound, on and off the brakes through Cobb County. From the Delk Road area up toward Highway 92 in Ackworth. 400 northbound, you slow in Sandy Springs from 285, but braking free before Northridge. A few more brake lights on and off between Alpharetta and Cumming. 85 northbound, about 16 minutes from Chamblee Tucker Road up to Pleasant Hill Road. We've been watching an inbound crash on I-20 heading toward downtown. Kobe Dawkins.
It's 20 westbound near Boulevard, exit 59. That crash continues to knock out one left lane, adding to the delays getting into downtown. And 20 eastbound through DeKalb. You're slow leaving the perimeter, getting past Panola Road. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official air conditioning of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Mostly cloudy this evening with a few passing rain showers or rumble of thunder. Lows tonight in the low 60s. Tomorrow, cloudy with scattered rain showers and a few thunderstorms, high 77. Friday, mostly cloudy with scattered storms, morning low 64, afternoon high 79. Drying out on Saturday, though still cloudy, high near 80. The sunshine returns on Sunday, morning low 63, afternoon high 78.
Storm Tracker radar shows some scattered shower activity right now in Cherokee County, 73 in Brookhaven, 76 in Union City, 79 in Suwanee. More news at 5:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 3 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. Hour 3 is the contest hour. It's the WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. This hour's keyword is spa. Now, it says here, parenthetically, please spell. Exclamation point.
Please spell.
Yeah, I don't. It's like, I just want to say, who puts this together? Cece? Good friend Cece?
I'll take the blame for that.
Oh, you don't. I'm just saying, usually if you use the word please, then you don't follow it with an exclamation.
I say it with a German accent. Please spell.
Just spell it.
Spell it.
Well, spa, that's a difficult one. S-P-A. Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBradio.com/cash for your chance to win. Again, that keyword is spelled S-P-A. It's pronounced spa. Hey, look who's here. Let's do this.
It's time for Wellness Wednesday with Dr. Joe.
Lost another one. Well,
sitting comfortably waiting. There's a reference there. Sitting comfortably.
Sitting comfortably
Sitting
waiting.
Comfortably, yes.
Are you sitting comfortably waiting?
I am, but there's a reference there.
I don't know what that means.
Justin Hayward of the Moody Blues is playing tonight. That's a line from one of their songs. Are you sitting comfortably?
That's the only one she knows.
Yeah. Well, they're young kids.
Never reaching.
She likes that, and You Can Do Magic or whatever that one was. Was that them or was that America?
That was America.
What was their hit? America had an MTV hit.
Wildest
and
Dreams.
Wildest
Wildest
Dreams.
Dreams, yes.
Yeah, I saw them on that tour.
Okay.
And Joe just keeps on, hey, I got a ticket. You want to come?
I keep that. There's still tickets available.
That's such
Jared,
jerk-like
go with
behavior that Eric, that you would decline so many offers from Dr. Joe.
Well, I think after a while, maybe people would just recognize he doesn't do much. I really don't think that I should have to decline things.
After a while, you feel some guilt. Like, man, you know, Dr.
Why
Joe
would I
keeps
feel
inviting
guilty?
me. He
Why would I
keeps
feel
inviting
guilty?
me.
If I want to watch the Moody Blues, or I'll just get a Blu-ray or something, or see it on streaming, or I don't know. It's like
Betamax, yeah.
I am going to a few shows this year already. I've already been taking. I'm even traveling for one show.
No way.
Just in a car, just a few hours.
Okay.
Just a few hours north, and I'm thinking, this is in I think June. Elvis Costello and my friend Duncan lives up in South Carolina.
He's playing here, won't you?
Well, my friend, and then I found out obviously he's going to be here. But I'm going to drive. I love Elvis Costello. I really haven't listened to his stuff since like the early 2000s. But there was a period of time where it was just, it was like wallpaper in my life. I love him. But it's just like, it's so hard to go see musicians when Republicans are in office. They just, I'm going to drive. That's the one thing I like with, even though I don't dig all the woke stuff and all the progressive stuff, is that at least when they're in power, I can go see shows and be left alone.
And the musicians are happy.
Elvis, I don't vote for anybody. Would you shut up? I stopped voting years ago. Can you just play that cool, some obscure song that I know that nobody else will know? Come on.
Maybe he's MAGA now.
Yeah.
You
never know.
Came around.
Yeah, I know about that one. Because it's just be like, I'm going to drive for 3 hours. Maybe it'll be great. I'm sure it'll be great. But
And listen, experiences are what you have left in this life.
That's it.
So go experience it. And you have the money and the time to do it. This is when you should.
I know. Listen, I've seen him like 7 times. It's not like I've never seen him before. But
I'm not saying that.
And one time I met him, and he was kind of a jerk to me. I've given him a bunch of. But then again, it's Elvis. Isn't he kind of supposed to be a jerk?
Yeah.
So maybe I actually got the real. Ended up in a fight in the middle of the attractions, and they were having a fight. I'm like, I could see this as a downer, or I could see it as history. These people don't get along. They're famously grumpy. And, like my buddy used to write at The Tonight Show, and he was on, Elvis Costello was on. My buddy T. Sean, he calls me at like 4 in the afternoon. I think they tape usually like 5:30 or something like that. And hey, Elvis Costello's on. I got your name at the guard shack. Come down. Blah blah blah. I'm thinking, oh, this is great. Yeah, I get there, standing like 10 feet away while they perform. And then later on, the backstage area, if you've ever seen Larry Sanders, it's exactly like that, just real narrow hallways. And, and I got a thing just to maybe get an autograph. My buddy T. Sean, and he goes, there he is, go get it. And so Elvis Costello is, those doors that have those, what do you call it? It's like you push on it and it opens. Big,
oh, yeah,
like
the bar.
The big bar, whatever. So I get there. We're in front of that kind of, I hand him CD. I don't even remember him saying anything except that his body went back against the bar. The door started opening. He gave his signature, handed the CD back to me, and rolled back. And I was like,
I'm out of here.
It was a moment where I was like, do you have any idea how much money I've spent on your stuff? Like, okay. But then the other side came in where I was like, well, he's kind of supposed to be grumpy, so maybe I actually got the good story out of it. And then later on in the loading dock, I ended up where it was all catty between the attractions about another attraction. So you get I got the full thing, I guess. Would have been nice if he would have said something. Hey, appreciate you being a fan, or thank you. Or that's all right.
Will it make you happy to know I scared him?
No, because I don't want anything bad to happen to him.
I was drunk, and I stumbled up to him after the show backstage, and I had a receipt in my hand, a beer receipt. Sign it.
Oh, well, okay. Well, maybe
he got startled. And he went, okay.
Hey, maybe you ruined it for me.
This was after.
Okay. All right. Dr. Joe is here not to talk about the demeanor of Elvis Costello, but to talk about wellness.
And he's here to flex. And he's here to flex on you too, because he was at the wonderful Taco Town Hall with me yesterday, being a great.
Dr. Joe will always be there.
Free food, I'll be there.
Dr. Joe does two
free food. I can't eat.
3 things: chiropractor, nutritionist, networker.
There you go.
So he's going to be at everything.
It was so good to see Dr. Joe yesterday.
And Jared won a prize. He won a $50 gift card.
I know. Just give me some billboards. I don't care about it. All right. I don't care about that. I can afford my own tacos.
We heard that.
For you. All right. So what do we have in the health world?
Some news was made from RFK Jr. about this.
Are you looking at policies to reduce or even eliminate sugar in food products?
I don't think that we're going to be able to eliminate sugar. But I think what we need to do probably is give Americans knowledge about how much sugar is in their products. And also, with the new nutrition guidelines, we'll give them a very clear idea about how much sugar they should be using, which is 0.
I was thinking about this. I heard this earlier, Dr. Joe, and I was saying that I don't think it's possible to get off sugar because I think our economy is more sugar-based than oil-based.
Yeah, when I was driving, you said that. As I'm driving, seeing how many places serve sugar. And within,
or how many things.
Yeah, everything. And within view, I probably had 10 things that have something to do with sugar.
And English Nick was here earlier. He's like, well, I just drink beer. So what do you think that's?
Yeah,
that's sugar.
Fermented, yes.
That's sugar.
That sugar crude is going way down with you after
that.
I
know.
There.
That sweet crude?
Yeah, sweet crude.
That's some sweet crude.
No, I like the idea that he's going to get the word out. Okay, if you're going to eat it, at least know what it's going to do to you. Don't have it so pretty.
But we're all addicted, so there's no getting off it.
I know, but I think awareness changes things.
Maybe another generation, but I doubt it. Who's going to be the generation? We have a generation that throws iPads at infants the day they're born. You really think they're going to go through, no, you can't have that soda, or
well, they may be more enlightened.
You can't have that pie.
Well, acknowledge them. We'll enlighten them. And
but they're little kids. It'll be a long time before it kills them.
There's different things that you care about. Like someone may not care about giving an iPad to the kid, but then they might care about like how much sugar they.
I don't want the nucleus accumbens being overstimulated.
It's not possible. Okay. It's not. You're gonna raise a kid in this world, and they're not gonna get cupcakes, and they're not gonna get. Look at how much of our rituals.
Moderation, though.
No, moderation is you've lost.
It's for monks.
This is if you take RFK Jr. at what he's saying is that we are better off if we never eat sugar.
Right.
It's bad for you. But we're all the thing about moderation is, well, okay, I'm moderating my addiction. But my understanding is we talked about this last Wednesday, and I didn't even know this, that your body actually can produce sugar.
Yes.
And if you try to get off sugar, you're going to have a miserable month. And then after that, you'll never crave it again because your body kicks into gear and goes, oh, yeah, we're supposed to produce that.
Yeah, it's gluconeogenesis. You make your own sugar.
Yeah.
But the sugar is so toxic
In the
on so many different
backyard?
levels. In the backyard.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact,
Churning it up. Churning it up.
Churned by Patriots. I think what you do is for the iPad generation is you just make unskippable ads on all the games that these young kids are playing and talk about the detriments of sugar. That's how you get to them.
Yeah,
they won't put the iPad
That's
out.
always worked for me. All of the not, don't take drugs, don't smoke.
It's gonna work. The war on sugar. We're gonna figure this out.
Oh,
this is your brain on sugar.
No, it's almost like ignorance is bliss. I wish I didn't know so much about it because I just don't see any way. I would have to go to an island. I'd have to take a month and a half off and just go to some island and live in a hut nude and not bathe until I just got it all out
Well,
of me.
that'll make me stop eating everything if I saw that.
Well,
see,
I'm
including
helping.
sugar. There you go.
I'm helping everybody else lose
Yes,
weight.
that's right.
Alex Williams says it's bumper to bumper through downtown.
Yeah, and we're going to add a stall into the mix. It's not going to help things out, Eric. This is 7585 southbound. Stall's in the second left lane, right at North Avenue, exit 249, but the delays start well back into Buckhead on 400 southbound from Lennox Road. 75 south jams in south of Moore's Mill. From Buckhead, it's going to take you at least probably a little over a half hour to get all the way down to I-20. Northbound, you're on the brakes from Highway 166, Langford Parkway up to Freedom Parkway. We've also been working a crash heading into downtown, I-20 westbound, right at Boulevard exit 59. Brake lights start back before Moreland Avenue. Keeping our eyes on a crash on the south side of town, Kobe Dawkins.
It's in Fairburn, 85 southbound, right at Highway 74, Sonoya Road, exit 61. It's knocking out one right lane, seeing those delays back to I-285. And this report is sponsored by Lear Capital. Our financial system is cracking under pressure. Your retirement is at risk. Take control now. Lear Capital is offering a free Sky High Silver Report and Precious Metals IRA guide at betternestegg.com. Don't leave your future to chance. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
In Atlanta, there is always something happening.
Tanker truck crashed into the median.
The Triple Team Traffic Center has you covered.
No traffic getting through in either direction.
Helping you on your commute.
Avoid the area at all costs. Take Highway 155 or Highway 4223.
Brought to you by the Coolray Lifetime Parts and Labor Warranty.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
With our weather extremes, I wanted windows that would stand the test of time. Hi, it's meteorologist Glenn Burns, and I found them. I love my Infinity from Marvin Fiberglass Windows from North Georgia Replacement Windows. I was blown away. They're energy efficient and incredibly durable. 8 times stronger than vinyl, so they last. Experience the fiberglass difference in your home or in their new Alpharetta showroom.
Infinity from Marvin Replacement Windows, yeah!
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group, to discuss one of the biggest blind spots that people face when saving for retirement, and it's a head scratcher. Chris, how do so many people not know what they're invested in?
That's the biggest flaw that everybody runs into. They think they know what equities they have, they think they know what bonds they have, but they really don't know how those mutual funds or how those index funds are performing in conjunction with one another. So, I would liken this to a big pot of soup and we're just throwing all the ingredients in the refrigerator in this thing. It's not very good. It's just a mishmash of stuff. And sometimes you like the way it tastes. Sometimes you don't. And when you don't know why. You don't know if you got too much chicken in there or too much vegetables in there or what's going on. And I ask every caller that comes in for an initial consultation, do you know how your portfolio is broken down? And they say, well, I've got, 20 or so options in my 401k, and I just picked 2 of them or 3 of them. I thought I needed some international. I thought I needed some U.S. equities. I thought I needed some bonds. And they're just guessing. So you have to absolutely know what you're invested in, and that's where we will run the 401k portfolio x-ray for you, because that'll break it down. If you're not proficient at investing and don't understand this world, we will walk you through it. Not knowing what you're invested in is a big hindrance to growing and protecting your money. We will run a portfolio x-ray for you and educate you on exactly what's in your portfolio.
Set up a time to get your complimentary portfolio x-ray today. Call the Hoffman Financial Group at 404-737-3858. That's 404-737-3858, or book online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
Don't ignore any cracked bricks or concrete, floor or wall gaps, or bowed walls. You could be ignoring underlying foundation problems, and that will hurt the value of your home. Foundation problems? Visit AquaGuard.net today and book your free inspection.
AquaGuard. Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Scott Slade here from iRoofer, FGA Roofing. Are you considering a new roof but not sure when you're going to be able to get it into the budget? FGA Roofing is offering a 000 offer this month. 0 down payment, 0 interest for 12 months, and 0 monthly payments. Search FGA Roofing for a free quote today.
All righty. Wellness Wednesday.
Keep it going.
Let's not disappoint Jared Yamamoto.
All right, from the press rundown, for those that are struggling with gonorrhea, there's a new antibiotic.
I don't think the laughter is all that. There's some people.
There are some people that are
I mean, not
struggling
me.
with
But,
Why are you itching like that? Why are you squirming?
why are you
Noticing.
persecuting me?
Does it itch?
No, burns, actually.
Okay.
It's more of a burn.
Yeah, it's inside, not outside.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know what the percentage of Von Haster Doctrine listeners that have gonorrhea are, but there is a new antibiotic.
None.
That
Zero.
shows promise in treating the fact that it's drug resistant. So there's new.
All right, so it's one of these things that has been able to overcome the what it was the penicillin or something
Yeah,
like that, or
right.
so it's the antibiotics,
Right.
And we use them too much, and
Right.
so
they morph, they become
morph.
stronger, and
Right.
now we have to make a new one.
And
so we don't know what the side effects.
it's like
of
an
this
arms
is.
race.
It really is. Yeah, who's going to be bigger and better?
Well,
So
listen, if one of the side effects is you no longer have gonorrhea,
you're okay with
that's
that.
a good one.
It's a win.
I guess that would be the effect.
Yeah.
The side effect is the other thing, right?
Yeah.
So, is gonorrhea still? Are you outside? Is somebody outside?
I'm in my car.
Oh, that's right.
I keep
Are your
hearing
windows
Wednesday.
down?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
you
hearing
see the
birds,
windows
yeah.
down there.
Yeah, sorry.
Sounds like you have
they're kind of down. It's so
kind of like birds on your shoulder while you're talking. It's nice. It's actually
She's the real Snow
makes
White.
me think of like Snow
Oh,
White.
she's the
Actually,
real
it's a good
Snow
thing.
White.
Although I think of that, there's a scene in Cinderella too, and that with birds. That
Yeah, all the Disney princesses have their little bird
Yeah.
moments.
Well, she's our Disney princess.
Yes.
So works out for us. All right, go ahead.
So yeah. Anyway, so it's new out, but we've heard this story before. You know, there's going to be a new drug. It's going to fight everything,
Right.
and it'll morph. And then we have a new drug
Be
again.
another one.
Yeah, but it's good money in that too. You
I
got
don't
new drugs.
understand, and I know that they work. Like, so what are they called? Like Z-Packs or whatever. Like when you get you'll get like this. There's this kind of antibiotic where they'll just flood your system
Yes.
with it.
Uh-huh.
But isn't that causing this problem?
Extremely dangerous because it kills. Well, sometimes you need it, but it kills off the good bacteria as
No,
well.
but I don't mean that. But I mean if we hear about how we're using
Oh,
this
right,
stuff
yeah.
too much,
Mhm.
antibiotics, and then I always hear about these. Oh, we're gonna just.
Yeah.
Isn't that causing the problem by
Yeah.
having those kind of okay.
Long term, it helps you, but it doesn't help the next
Also,
guy.
people
Well, it
don't
helps
take
me.
'em.
I don't care.
People will take them a little bit, feel better, and you're supposed to take all of them.
Right. Uh-huh.
Well, you have to take all. That's what I always learned a long time ago. Antibiotic, you have to take it all until you're out of the prescription.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Not
And the
only
reason is because it'll come back. Like,
Right.
just because it's working in the first 2 or 3 days, if you stop taking it, it'll come back. You got to go do the whole.
Yeah, you become
cycle.
asymptomatic, but that doesn't mean it's gone.
Uh-huh.
But we kill off the bacteria in your colon. A lot of
Uh-huh.
research now with the gut-brain connection coming out, and now it affects the brain too. So if you do antibiotics, it can have adverse
Drink
effects.
kefir while you're.
That's right. There you go.
I don't know what that is.
Kefir. It's fermented yogurt or coconut milk.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
Two very different things: yogurt and coconut milk.
Well, it's
Well,
fermented.
very different.
I
They're
mean-
both in the dairy family.
Yeah,
aren't they?
you ferment cow's milk or you ferment coconut milk.
Is coconut milk dairy?
No, but for those vegans out there, who want to take care of
Oh,
themselves
sure.
and live
Replacement
longer.
for dairy.
Replacement for dairy. You can
I
do
thought once it became milk, it was just called it dairy.
dairy. Yeah, no.
Isn't it
No.
weird that eggs are in the dairy aisle? They're not.
Well, the milk industry is yelling
Well,
that they don't want to call almond milk milk because it's not milk.
It's not. It's
Neither is oat milk.
Almond beverage, yeah. But I mean, it's like, come on, it's.
So there's milk, which is an official thing, and
Right.
then there's milk as a branding kind of
Right.
item.
Yes. Almond milk, coconut milk. Yeah. So stuff like that.
It's probably not good to be
Milk.
drinking a lot of milk at my age. I don't.
That
think.
is true. Very mucusy.
I love milk.
Now I started to eat like breakfast cereal because I got tired of oatmeal. I don't know what happened. And now I'm
Because you
thinking,
ate it every day.
Yeah,
You can't do
Yeah,
that.
for like how many years?
like I don't know.
He's
ever.
been married every day.
You can't do that.
No wonder.
But for me to turn on it that quickly was
Yeah.
odd to me. And now I'm drinking. I put
after
a
20
small.
years?
I put a small amount of milk as I can. If there's a little bit left, I'm not like I was when I was
You're
a
not
kid.
drinking it,
I'm not
mixing
drinking
it.
it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yum.
We'll get you some coconut milk, almond milk. We'll try different milk.
Coconut milk.
Just
Come
do whole
on.
milk. You're fine.
Coconut milk
Yeah,
is great
whole
for
milk's
It's not
hangover.
good every day.
Grass-fed.
It's not good every day for breakfast at my age. I'm smart enough to know that. All right. Oh, it's the WSB 5K a day bonus blitz keyword reminder. The keyword for this hour is SPA. SPA. Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBRadio.com/cash for your chance to win. Alex Williams says there are delays on I-20 into the heart of the city.
Yeah, very slow this afternoon out of West Atlanta into downtown. I-20 eastbound stacks in right at Holmes Drive, exit 52, and not going to find any relief till you get past the downtown connector. Adding to that mess, there's a stalled dump truck in the second left lane, 20 eastbound approaching the downtown connector. Hero on scene. He's going to try to move that. If you're traveling 20 westbound through DeKalb into East Atlanta, earlier trouble around Boulevard, exit 59 is cleared. Still some brake lights back toward Glenwood Avenue, but those should start to improve. Heads up out in the Stone Mountain area. Traffic lights flashing red in all directions on Hugh Howell Road at Lilburn Stone Mountain Road. Make sure you treat that as a four-way stop. Slow part of the ride at the northern suburbs. Definitely 400 north, leaving 285 up through Sandy Springs. How's the ride on I-75, Kobe Dawkins?
Well, it's slow. 75 northbound. Seeing the brake lights start at Delk Road, getting into Ackworth towards Highway 92, and then 575 northbound, you're on and off the brakes getting into Woodstock. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a Reliable Protection Plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Looking for a great dining memory, y'all? Hey, it's Belinda. I love the amazing Southern food and service at Old Vinings Inn. If you haven't been there yet, you're missing out. Nestled in the heart of Vinings, that charming house offers a cozy, upscale, and welcoming atmosphere, perfect for any occasion. Romantic dinner, baby or bridal shower, business dinner, night out with friends. Old Vinings Inn has you covered. Indulge in delectable Southern cuisine, crafted with the freshest ingredients. Savor their signature fried green tomatoes and fried chicken, or delight in the rich flavors of my favorite, shrimp and grits. Everything on the menu is a winner. You thirsty? The curated wine list and handcrafted cocktails are sure to impress. Enjoy all that plus live entertainment and specials at the Attic Bar. Wednesday through Saturday nights. Ready for fun and flavor now, y'all? Open for lunch and brunch Thursday through Sunday and dinner Wednesday through Saturday. Reserve your table or large groups today at Old Vinings Inn.
It's Diamond Month at D. Geller & Son Jewelers, and that means this month, buying diamonds comes with even more diamonds. All through the month of April, when you spend $9.95 or more, you'll receive a pair of gorgeous hand-matched diamond studs absolutely free. Shopping for your wife? Tuck those studs away for your anniversary. Upgrading your ring? Surprise your daughter with her first pair of diamonds. No matter how you spin it, there's no better deal in jewelry than Diamond Month at D. Geller & Son Jewelers. All April long in Kennesaw, Sandy Springs, and online at dgeller.com.
This is Scott Slade. Let's talk about how to improve your chances of living a longer, healthier life. For me, it's preventive medicine. My doctor saw one funky number in my lab work that eventually led to a diagnosis early enough so I still had options. You just got to have a medical professional looking at you every so often, especially when we're talking about heart disease, the nation's #1 killer. And that's where virtual imaging comes in. They've got the best CT imaging in the Southeast with 98% accuracy and low radiation, like flying in an airplane. They can detect calcium levels in your arteries of most cancers at the earliest stage. And virtual imaging can scan your brain to see if you're in danger of a tumor, stroke, or even dementia. So don't put this off, especially with this offer from Virtual Imaging. For a limited time, they're offering you and your spouse a free heart scan. Yes, free with a few minimum requirements. I've done it. Call 404-678-SCAN. That's 404-678-SCAN. Or make an appointment by visiting their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by D. Geller & Son Jewelers. Our top local story after a late-night doorbell ring. Police in Covington are now searching for a possible home invasion suspect.
That suspect tried to pass themselves off as a DoorDash delivery person at the Wellington Ridge Apartments early Wednesday morning. The incident is captured on a Ring doorbell camera at 2:30 a.m.
Who at my door?
DoorDash.
DoorDash.
The man on the video says the name on the order is Chris. The woman says she didn't order DoorDash. The man then tried to open the door and can be heard speaking to somebody else off camera. Anybody with information is asked to call authorities. Michelle Wright, 95.5 WSB.
75 degrees in Atlanta. We are stuck in a wet pattern for a few days. How long before we dry out? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. DeKalb County District Attorney Sherry Boston calls it one of the most inhumane, cruel things we've ever witnessed between a parent and a child. Alondra Hobbs is sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole today for murdering her 7-year-old daughter who was left in a closet to die.
She ate the last snack and the remnants of the Ziploc bag that her mother left in the stroller in her hands. The bag was found in her stomach. This child was doing everything she could to survive.
Boston says Hobbs shows no remorse as she pleads guilty today. The girl's mummified body was found in June of 2023. There may be more victims after a woman is arrested in Gwinnett County for stealing from the elderly.
At least 4 elderly victims have allegedly been targeted by a caretaker, with Suwannee police finding about $20,000 in fraud so far. Captain Robert Thompson says they were first notified about 24-year-old Brianna Michelle Powell by a person with a power of attorney for an elderly resident.
The power of attorney noticed that some things started missing from the house, one of them being a check. And then they started noticing credit card payments being made for various things that weren't done by them.
They're asking anyone who's had Powell in their home to contact the agency. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
A woman and a toddler are injured after a train collides with a vehicle in DeKalb County. It happened at a crossing in the 1100 block of South Stone Mountain and Lithia Springs Lithonia Road. The 2 victims in the car were rushed to the hospital with moderate injuries. DeKalb police are now investigating that crash. The nation's birth rate remains near last year's record low.
The increase was small, about 27,000 more births than in 2023. The slight increase was driven by higher births among Asian and Hispanic women, while rates decreased among Black, White, and American Indian women. Dr. William Fry, a demographer from the Brookings Institution, says there will be fewer younger workers to support our aging population. He says a child tax credit might help.
Where we guaranteed families amount of money each year.
The fertility rate was highest among women in their 30s last year, with most among women ages 30 to 34. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Another deer in Georgia tests positive for chronic wasting disease, the second case confirmed in the state this year. Georgia wildlife officials say the 4-year-old buck was discovered in Berrien County in South Georgia, close to where the first sick deer turned up in January. Chronic wasting disease, also known as zombie deer disease, has been reported in 36 states. Several hundred Walmart stores are getting major upgrades, including some in Metro Atlanta.
20 stores in Georgia are on the list, including 1 each in Fayetteville, Marietta, and Snellville. Changes include new displays, broader product offerings, and expanded pharmacy services.
We want to make sure our stores reflect the community they serve, but also make sure our stores are up to date, that they offer the best of what Walmart has to offer, and that they enable people to shop the way they want to shop.
Walmart COO Kieran Shanahan says these stores of the future will be ready by the end of the year. The company has invested over $1 billion upgrading stores throughout Georgia in the last 5 years. Graham Carroll, 95.5 WSB.
WSB Money Update. Stocks finish higher for the second straight day. The Dow gains 420, NASDAQ up 2.5%. The S&P gains more than 1.5%. It is now 5:34. This news is sponsored by Findlay Roofing. Time now for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Still watching this crash in Fairburn in the right lane, 85 southbound, Highway 74, Sonoya Road, exit 61, on and off the brakes, leaving the south side perimeter coming down from the airport there. If you're traveling I-20 eastbound, they just blocked and reopened all lanes into downtown. Got a stalled dump truck to the right shoulder just before the downtown connector, exit number 57. And we had a crash that was in the left lane. That one quickly moved to the left shoulder on the west side outer loop, 285 south, right around Hollowell Parkway. But the brake light battle starts all the way back into Dunwoody for the ride into Sandy Springs through Smyrna Vinings down to that west freeway. Checking that slow ride through downtown, Kobe Dawkins.
Well, officials were just holding all lanes to clear a stall off to the right, 7585 southbound, right at North Avenue, exit 249. All lanes are back open. However, tough delays continue to stretch past the downtown merge, and northbound rides, you're very slow starting at Langford Parkway, getting past Spring Street. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Mostly cloudy this evening with a few passing rain showers or rumble of thunder. Lows tonight in the low 60s. Tomorrow, cloudy with scattered rain showers and a few thunderstorms, high 77. Friday, mostly cloudy with scattered storms, morning low 64, afternoon high 79. Drying out on Saturday, though still cloudy, high near 80. The sunshine returns on Sunday, morning low 63, afternoon high 78.
Storm Tracker radar shows some heavy rain right now in parts of Cherokee and Bartow counties. 73 in Roswell, 77 in Hapeville, 78 in Lithia Springs. More news at 6 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Playing a game with your family, that's a lot of fun. Playing a game with your roof, you'll lose every time. Dave Baker here for Findlay Roofing, the roof guys. When it comes to replacing or repairing your roof, think of Findlay first. You'll always win with Findlay. They're the extra effort experts with high quality, highly rated roofing experience and expertise. They've replaced over 65,000 roofs locally. With Findlay, manners matter. With Findlay, you get upfront pricing, exceptional service, and they'll treat your home like it's their own. Win, win, win. Only Findlay Roofing stands behind their work with a lifetime leak-free warranty at no additional cost, and you'll pay nothing until the job is complete. Findlay Roofing is the perfect match for any roofing issues. Plus, they offer 0% financing. Get started with a free roof analysis at FindlayRoofing.com. Roof.
As Georgia's homegrown leader in business insurance, Builders partners with thousands of local businesses to safeguard workers and help them return to their lives after injuries. Explore reliable workers' compensation solutions at BLDRS.com. Builders, insurance built strong.
Beaver Direct Certified, providing the highest quality vehicles at the very best prices. Every vehicle undergoes rigorous reconditioning with the industry-leading 12-month, 12,000-mile certified warranty. Visit us at BeaverToyotaComing.com and see why everyone loves Beaver Direct.
You fell in love with her because she's unlike any other woman in the world, so why settle for an ordinary engagement ring you could find almost anywhere? Well, I know a place where you can design your own custom engagement ring. Terra Fine Jewelry Company. At Terra, the styles and designs are endless, and their expert jewelers make it easy to bring your personally designed engagement ring to life. Your bride-to-be deserves more than a cookie-cutter engagement ring, so explore the vast options of custom design rings at Terra Fine Jewelry Company in Beaufort, Georgia. Terra Fine Jewelry Company.
Guys, if you're having ED or performance issues and Viagra and Cialis haven't worked, you need to come see Choice Men's Health. Give us a call or visit us online at choicemenshealth.com. Get your love life back and choose Choice Men's Health.
Superior Pro is committed to low prices and high quality with American-made windows, siding, painting, doors, and more. Right now, purchase siding from Superior Pro and get half off the painting. SuperiorPro.com.
The pros to know.
Not a very well recorded song.
No, it's surprising. You talking not so highly of the Beatles.
No. I'm talking highly. I'm just saying it's not one of my favorite songs of all time. I'm just trying to tell you what the revolutionary part of it was.
It's part of the Beatles.
Ending.
It's part of the Beatles cult. I just figured you thought everything was perfect.
No. I'm a Beatles aficionado. That's not a cult member.
You're not a Justin Bieber kind of guy. You know.
No, I'm I'm willing to. Although I love all the songs.
Okay.
No, just the degree
the level of love. Yeah.
I was just wondering if they were playing around with La 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 first.
Okay.
Yeah, had never been done before.
Okay.
And then maybe that would make sense. She loves you, la la la.
Well, yeah. She loves you.
No, I know that, but
that.
the part that was revolutionary in pop music, I think, was the end when they ended with it with the yeah.
Remember Peggy Sue Got Married?
I never saw the whole thing. I've seen parts of it.
Well, there's a part where she gives her boyfriend, before she like goes back in time to the regular day, where she gives him some Beatles songs, and he's like, "Hey, these are pretty good, but I changed this one. She loves you." Ooh, ooh.
That's a little bit better, don't you think? All right, Dr. Joe's not here to talk about the Beatles. He's here to talk about the Moody Blues. But I'm not letting him do that. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and do the next Wellness Wednesday story.
Well, this is in the Health Watch section of CBS News. There's a new trend called People Kibble, and it aims to simplify your
what?
People Kibble.
I'm sorry, I was ignoring you. Start over again. Where's this coming from? What?
From CBS News in their Health Watch section.
What?
There is a new trend called People Kibble.
Oh, People Kibble.
People
Made
kibble.
out of people?
Yes. it aims to
People
simplify.
kibble is people.
Yes. To serve humans,
to
yes.
simplify meal prep and nutrition, but some dietitians have some thoughts.
First of all, if you simplify
they have
anything,
thoughts?
they have thoughts.
Yes.
Cool article.
I think anytime you simplify anything, you're going to make it not as good for you.
Well, it's okay.
In general.
The guy takes like 15 ingredients, vegetables and beans and rice and lentils and split peas, and just mixes it in a big bowl.
All right.
And this is
And that's
what
called
you
the People Kibble?
That's right.
Like
People
kibble is like, dog food type stuff. They're making this for people now.
Oh, wow. Are they getting us ready for the dystopian
That's right.
future?
Yes.
My goodness
Soylent
gracious.
Green.
Oh, by the time we get there, it's like, well, I've been eating this all my life.
Trump's leading us
You
there.
wait in a line, they just dump it into a
Yeah.
bucket for you, and then you
Yes.
take it home.
Yes.
Keep the my line moving.
Keep
Let's
going.
go.
Yeah.
Now, if you add water, will there be gravy?
Well, as they said, you can add gravy, you could add ketchup, you could add seasoning. But really, all it is a big fancy stir fry.
Yeah.
You got a bunch of vegetables, and they use tofu and chicken as their proteins, and then lentils.
I got the tofu.
I'm going to feed you tofu. You're not going to know it one day.
Yeah,
And,
That sounded erotic. To me, I took that as like erotic.
Nothing erotic about that.
I'm going to feed you so much tofu.
And you're going to
Why
like
is it so spongy? I don't know. It may be that I wouldn't mind it a little bit here or there, but a little bit bothers me with anything like flaxseed. There could be one in an entire bowl of
Like
something.
seed singular, yes.
No, thank you.
Yeah, so it's a good idea, but really it's just a big fancy stir fry, this guy's, and he makes this batch of it like for the week,
Right.
And that's all you eat for
And
the
I
whole
got to
week.
say, for the
I
people,
got to tell him from my oatmeal experience, that might work for 20, 25 years. But one day you're going to wake up and you're just going to reject it.
I have a ton of respect for people that do those meal prep options where they prep their lunches and their dinners for the whole week. But man, that's just so boring. I'm sorry. Like my Tina and I have tried to do it. We've tried to do the meal prep, but by the time you're at Wednesday or Thursday, bored. So
what do you mean you're
eating.
bored? Hold on. Now, don't you, if you do it that way, don't you work in variety throughout the
A
week?
little bit, but not as much as you think, because you're trying to create enough for the full week. So it's
Right.
not like you're going to be able to jump from like steak, seafood,
Right,
and it's usually
if green beans are involved, they're going to be involved 3 out of the 5.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Exactly. So for people that would eat the same thing all the time, that's the part that would bother me.
Wow.
Need
Check
flavor.
your privilege.
Need flavor.
Yeah.
Check your privilege.
Some people would kill to have this meal.
Your hillbilly privilege.
Yeah. No, I mean, from a nutrition standpoint, I'm good with it. I mean, it's perfectly fine. It's a good
Yeah.
variety of fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, greens. But
Wait, you put them all in one bowl?
all in one bowl.
Now, is it cold or hot?
Hot.
Okay.
Yeah, he heats it all up and he throws in the chicken.
What about
and-
cheese? Can you pour cheese on it?
There was no cheese in this. No.
Only,
you can add.
only from a can, apparently.
Good.
Yeah,
Yes,
like
yeah.
industrial cheese that you can
Cheese-like
pour.
product, yes. Cheese-ish.
It's cheese.
And it would be good because it'd hold it
It's
together
actually,
then.
there's just a question mark after it.
Cheese
Cheese?
it. Yeah.
RFK Jr. is not a big fan.
going to allow that anymore.
Yeah, too many people are addicted to the cheese.
But you have to make this, though. That was the thing. I was thinking when I read the article, the headline, I thought, okay, it's going to be prepackaged people kibble. Like open it up, pour it in a bowl, and eat it. You
well,
know?
somebody will do that.
That's next.
They'll do a kibble box. You'll subscribe. You'll subscribe to your meals.
It's only $49.99.
And it's the same
for
thing
one
every
meal.
meal. Yes.
How do those things like when people like how much are they saving money if they do any of those?
When they first
like,
came out, Eric, they were cheap. Well,
that's the whole thing because they were venture capital. That's the
Right.
whole idea. I was watching this thing. It's all a scam. What these venture capitalists do, they come in and they give you all the money, and then you're encouraged to basically give your product away so you can get a huge subscriber base. And it's then you're not making any money, you're losing all kinds of money. You've got all these customers. You go public, the venture capital people get all their money back, and then you're screwed because suddenly now you have to make a profit, and you can't do that without raising
Right.
the prices.
And they become, especially those food boxes like you're talking about, it's cheaper for you to go to the grocery store and get the
Sure.
ingredients
I don't know
yourself.
how to do that.
Yeah.
You need all of the
You're
boxes.
shipping the stuff to me?
Yeah, with freezer packs and everything.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's the overhead is ridiculous. All of these ideas. You got to look into this sometime. And I maybe if I get a little deeper in it, I can explain it on the air. But if you look into e-bikes, Lime and all this stuff, just look into that business model. There's no way it could work. There's no money to be made. There's no way it can work. But there is a way that a venture capitalist can make money by giving you the money to give the product basically away for free long enough that you have enough people that you can go IPO on Wall Street, and then they get paid, and then all of a sudden you're on your own, and then all of a sudden, how often do you, it costs so much now, and this thing and that thing.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look into the e-bike business model, it never had a chance of like a company,
right?
They're still around, but nobody's making any money. Alex Williams has better news on 85 in Fairburn.
Crash has cleared, Eric. 85 southbound, Highway 74, exit 61. All the flashing lights are now on the right shoulder. It's still pretty tough coming down out of Union City. Also, we've had earlier traffic light issues on Sonoya Road right there at I-85, so that might keep the ride a little bit slow there. 75 southbound on the south side, some brake lights between Hateville and Forest Park. And looking at the jam cam, 675 southbound, it's been pretty slow this afternoon from I-285, trying to get down into Ellenwood. A little bit of sunshine delay there, but haven't seen any crashes in the way. If you're traveling 75 north up toward Ackworth, the toughest part of that ride starts in Kennesaw from Chastain Road. You stay slow up into the sunshine, passing Highway 92, exit 277. Checking the ride to the northeast part of town, it's Kobe Dawkins.
Well, 85 northbound scene, tough delay starting at Claremont Road through Spaghetti Junction to Indian Trail Road, and also on Jimmy Carter Boulevard at Brook Hollow Parkway. Crash in the intersection causing delays in each direction on Jimmy Carter Boulevard. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
On air,
online,
on the app,
where you get your news
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday. Oh my God, you saved my day. Just enter the word at WSBradio.com or on the WSB radio app.
Your next chance to win is tomorrow morning at 8.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz
on 95.5 WSB.
I love my home, and now I found a company that loves it as much as I do. TE Certified Electrical Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Chris Chandler here. These folks have done work in my home. Boy, it didn't take long to realize I could trust their expertise, their attention to detail, and what I think you'll find, just as I did, an amazing level of service. TE Certified has more than 20,000 5-star reviews, and it's been serving Atlanta for decades.
TE Certified, we love your home.
When everyone in the family wants something different from this year's vacation, there's only one thing to do. Plan for Pigeon Forge. From gorgeous mountain views, shows, and shopping for leisure lovers, to coasters, a 200-foot swing, and hundreds more rides for adventure seekers. Plus Dollywood's epic array of fun. There's plenty of variety for the whole family, all in one place. Unique experiences, quality time, and memories for years to come. Find your personal favorites. Plan your getaway at mypigeonforge.com.
Hi, it's Tim Andrews for My Roofer FGA Roofing. Are you considering a new roof but not sure when you'll be able to get it in the budget? FGA Roofing is offering a 000 offer this month. 0 down payment, 0 interest for 12 months, and 0 monthly payments. Search FGA Roofing for a free quote today.
Hey, if you've been thinking about selling your home, now is the time. With a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, now you can sell your home fast and for more than you expect. Hey, Sean Hannity here. One of the most stressful things about selling your home is not being able to control the timing. Now, Mark Spain Real Estate, they allow you to receive an all-cash offer and close in as little as 21 days. Just go to markspain.com to find out what your guaranteed offer will be. That's markspain.com, and you can start packing.
At Shane Company, we've been engagement ring experts for almost 100 years. We have the largest selection of diamonds and gemstones in stock. You don't have to wait to compare them side by side. Find the one that speaks to you at shaneco.com or in store. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
When you get hurt, you don't want to end up on the injured list. You want to get back in the game, stronger than ever. At Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, we fight for you, making sure big insurance doesn't throw you a curveball. With over $25 billion recovered, we're the home run hitters you need.
This is gone.
Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Morgan & Morgan is responsible for this ad. John Morgan is licensed in Florida and Tennessee. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Your neighbors won't say what they're thinking, but I will. Your siding is hideous. Dave Baker here for the only siding company I recommend, Nelson Exteriors. Your ugly siding is faded, warped, cracked, rotting, and just falling apart. Nelson will properly install beautiful new siding with unmatched quality and craftsmanship so it lasts and lasts. They're licensed, insured, and a James Hardy Elite Preferred Contractor. Count on Nelson for an extraordinary renovation. Google Nelson Exteriors.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? When it comes to Big Wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get your second month free for a limited time. You'll get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month. Here's Veronica and Jackie, real customers.
I didn't know that I could get something for a lot less money that was actually better than who I was with before.
Anytime anybody complains about their cell phone bill, we say, you've got to check out Consumer Cellular.
And now for a limited time, new customers can get their second month free when they use promo code SECONDFREE. Just call, click, or bring us your bill and see how much you can save. Because when it comes to Big Wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit a store near you, or consumercellular.com and use code SECONDFREE to get a free second month. Real people pay to share their opinions, and this ad plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
All right, our time left with Dr. Joe is very short. So, Dr. Joe, before we get into our final Wellness Wednesday story, let people know how they can get more Dr. Joe.
Sunday nights, 8 to 10, right here on WSB. Call in with your health questions. If you have any health questions, or you'd like to make an appointment, or you want more information, the website is drjoe, drjoe.com. Love to be your doctor.
Love it.
I'd love to be there. Everyone's doctor. I want to be everybody's doctor.
Very erotic today. Anyway, go ahead.
Dealer's choice here.
I think it's you.
We have two stories left here, guys. Number one, we have Jeannie Rice. She's at 77 years old. She's as fit as a 25-year-old.
That's not
and
true.
It tells she tells her story about how her body ages. But we also have the editor and doctor over at Healthline.com. Her name is Lori Lawrence, and she did a digital detox in 4 weeks, and she has her story as to how she feels after 4 weeks.
Of what detox of what?
Digital detox.
Oh,
So-
digital detox.
Digital detox. She literally cut out all of her devices, all computers.
How old is she?
For 4 weeks.
Because
So it's
this would be very easy. Well, it wouldn't be easy for me because some computers and devices I use for work.
No, she did work. She just didn't.
Some for sex.
Social media.
So we get
Yeah, well,
those
that's
out
true
of the
too.
way,
Yeah.
but-
Well, 2 weeks. Can you go 2 weeks?
I mean, well, I don't know.
Okay.
Throwing that word digital, I don't know if I can.
That's true. Yeah.
Miss that for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
No, it's your choice.
It's just one digit. Or six digits.
How many digits?
6.
Hey, listen, don't challenge me. I'll meet you on the public square. I'll out-digit anybody.
I've heard that about you.
This Dr. Lori Lawrence described week 1 as withdrawal, week 2 as a shift, week 3 the clarity, and week 4 as balance.
I think this is just branding for some doctor to get in the news.
Yeah, she got
I-
the
it's
news,
like-
so yeah, she dropped out of social media basically for 4 weeks.
Well,
You don't
that
do
matters.
social media at all, so
Yeah, a year. Well, I mean, we do some, but a year from now, she's just gonna be back to her same old habits. It's like a dumb story. It's not like she's going. At the end, I'll guarantee she's not saying, and this is I feel so good, I'm never going to do it again.
Yeah, she said her takeaway, she learned from experience that she doesn't have to be constantly plugged into to live a fulfilling life.
Why do you have to learn that from experience? Only because you're just
That
so
is
damn
really strange.
dumb.
If you're old enough, you knew it already.
How old? Yeah.
there was a time when we didn't have this.
Is there an age given here for this?
It doesn't say what her age is, but looking at her, I would say she's somewhere between probably 38
All right,
to
so
40.
she should have known. I mean,
Yeah. Hello.
it's not difficult. There's nothing to be done. I'm done like telling people.
I'm done.
People
I
are just.
quit.
I mean, people are just going to do this ridiculous nonsense. You know, I see people. I don't want to call anybody out, but I mean, I just see people.
Call
they
them
can't,
out.
They can't walk. They can't walk 25 feet without checking their phone. That can't be good. I'm not an expert in anything, and I know that can't be good. That you just. What's going to happen in that 25 feet if I'm not looking? It's not a problem that can be solved.
We survive. We're on the air. We're not digitally streaming anything.
Well, for now,
Yeah.
I'm lucky. I'm in my 60s.
Yeah.
if I was 38 years old in radio, I think I'd be thinking, well, maybe I ought to do something else.
Oh, you'd be scrolling and everything? Look at
Well,
that.
I don't know, like podcasting or whatever. Or,
What are you telling Jared here? Well, I just want to know what did you tell him?
I'm trying to tell him. I want to save his marriage. I've been telling him for the longest time. You walk in here 40 years old producing my show, you're going to hate me. And there will be nothing that I will have done to deserve the
I'm
hatred.
not that far away from that. I'm 40 years away from that.
I know. It happens faster than you think it's going to happen.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, well, it's not crazy. I've been through it. Ask Dr. Joe.
Oh, it goes a lot. Oh, yeah.
Dr. Joe's got, he's
I'm older than him,
He
yeah,
actually
so-
has to date women over 50. You can't believe it.
Oh, my God. Damn. Somebody's grandmother. I'm like, what? Wait a minute, huh? Let's go to my kid's ball game,
Oh, yeah. What a nice. Let's go to my grandchildren's
My
ball game.
grandchildren's ball game. That's happened, yes. So that's why. I'm youthful, though. I think I can date younger women now.
Now, why
Oh, well, that's called ration.
Is that what it is? Yeah, that's in
rationalizing,
my mind.
Yeah.
I still look great.
Feel youthful.
Why are you pushing back against this 77-year-old Jeannie Rice who feels like she's
Just
25?
another story. She's not
ran
25.
She ran the Boston Marathon on Monday.
Yeah, what was her time?
I don't know what her.
7
I'm sorry,
hours.
4 hours and 27 minutes,
That's
17
good.
seconds.
Yeah. That's pretty good, right?
That's really good.
She's in really good shape, but there's nothing I can learn from her.
I'm sinewy.
What's give her one reason why she says she's like this, sir?
Oh, a lot of it has to do with genetics.
Yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh. She said it too. She goes, I got great genetics.
The marathon.
Turns out Jeannie
I'm
read.
kind of tired there, Jeannie.
Yeah, it's a long day.
She did the digital detox. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah. She's done it
that's
all.
what it was.
And that's why
yeah.
she was able to run the.
Anybody, if you think you need digital detox, bad news, it's already too late. Dr. Joe, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Alex Williams says there's a brake light battle going on 285 in DeKalb.
Yeah, been a rough one this afternoon, Eric. No crashes in the way, just that car in front of you. 285 eastbound stacks in from Georgia 400 through Dunwoody and Doraville, and the delays continue past I-85 as you head southbound through Tucker and into Clarkston. It improves once you get past Highway 78, the Stone Mountain Freeway. Speaking of 285, on the south side, there's a crash, 675 southbound, just south of I-285. That's in the left lane. And on the north side perimeter, 285 west and southbound, on and off the brakes the whole way this afternoon from Ashford Dunwoody Road, passing I-75, the Cobb Cloverleaf, and Truist Park. Hasn't been much of a relief downtown, Kobe Dawkins.
No, you're really slow. 75-85 north starting at just before University Ave, getting past Spring Street. 85 south rides become jammed at the Georgia 400 merge, and 75 south, those tough delays beginning at Moores Mill Road, both getting to I-20. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Storm season officially here, friends, and it wreaks havoc on your house and your roof. It's Mark Aram here. If you truly want peace of mind about your roof, and for many years to come, ask Dr. Roof about their lifetime warranty. Dr. Roof's warranty means they have your roof covered for the lifetime of your roof, and if anything comes up, Dr. Roof will take care of it. You never have to worry about a thing. They stand behind it since they've been in business for over 35 years. Now that is peace of mind. All the info online at drroof.com.
At Ameris Bank, we know it's never just business when it's your business. So we're here to be your partner. Whether you're launching a startup, expanding locations, or managing daily finances at your company, you can do it all with a committed financial partner on your side. Our expert business bankers are ready to empower you on your financial journey. We're Ameris Bank, and we're fiercely yours. Find your local business banker at amerisbank.com/businessbankers. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Scott Slade. Let's talk about how to improve your chances of living a longer, healthier life. For me, it's preventive medicine. My doctor saw one funky number in my lab work that eventually led to a diagnosis early enough so I still had options. You just got to have a medical professional looking at you every so often, especially when we're talking about heart disease, the nation's #1 killer. And that's where virtual imaging comes in. They've got the best CT imaging in the Southeast with 98% accuracy and low radiation, like flying in an airplane. They can detect calcium levels in your arteries and most cancers at the earliest stage. And virtual imaging can scan your brain to see if you're in danger of a tumor, stroke, or even dementia. So don't put this off, especially with this offer for virtual imaging. For a limited time, they're offering you and your spouse a free heart scan. Yes, free with a few minimum requirements. I've done it. Call 404-678-SCAN. That's 404-678-SCAN. or make an appointment by visiting their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
This is Monica Pearson for Superior Plumbing. In a perfect world, when you have a plumbing issue, you want a plumber that answers the phone when you call, shows up on time, respects your home, and tells you exactly what needs to be done, quotes you a price, and does the job right the first time. They appreciate your business, and Superior Plumbing becomes your plumber for life. Call Superior Plumbing to come fix your plumbing issues.
Superior, the honest one. Call 770-422-PLUM.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches, like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 30% off, plus kids sale free.
MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 6 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Our top local story, a 29-year-old DeKalb County mother pleads guilty to murdering her special needs daughter by leaving her to die in a closet.
One of the most inhumane, cruel things we have ever witnessed.
DeKalb County District Attorney Sherry Boston says that's why they had no problem seeking the harshest punishment for Alondra Hobbs. When Hobbs moved out of her Misty Waters Drive apartment, she left 7-year-old Olivia with cerebral palsy strapped into a stroller in a closet. Boston tells me they don't know how long she lived, but
she ate the last snack and the remnants of the Ziploc bag that her mother left in the stroller in her hands. This child was doing everything she could to survive.
The judge sent Hobbs to prison for life without parole. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
77 degrees in Atlanta. Scattered showers continuing on and off for a few days. When does it finally taper off? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. A murder over rumors gets a man life in prison.
The shooting happened during a confrontation in the Lilburn Homestay Suites parking lot between two guests. Prosecutors say 26-year-old Stanislas Alverna wanted to know why 33-year-old Markel Williams was spreading rumors about him. Williams' response was to shoot Alverna 5 times with special bullets that splinter on impact. While Alverna died, Williams fled the scene, vastly changed his appearance, but then turned himself in days later. His life sentence includes the possibility of parole. Steve Summers, 95.5 WSB.
The CEOs of Walmart, Target, and Atlanta-based Home Depot lay out their arguments against high tariffs in a private meeting with President Trump this week. And an about-face from the president could help many domestic and foreign automakers building cars in the U.S.
After some intense lobbying from Detroit's Big Three and foreign automakers who have plants in the U.S., the Financial Times reports President Trump will exempt automakers in the U.S. from his tariffs on imported car parts that come from China, as well as those levied on imported steel and aluminum. Now, that would leave in place the 25% tariffs on all imported autos and a separate 25% duty on car parts coming from countries other than China starting next month. I'm Bloomberg's Tom Busby for 95.5 WSB.
WSB Money Update. Stocks do finish the day higher for a second day in a row. At the closing bell, the Dow up about 420 points. NASDAQ up 2.5%. S&P gains over 1.5% on the day. As many businesses prepare to feel the impact of tariffs, Atlanta-based Norfolk Southern says it's actually seeing benefits because of those preparations. CEO Mark George says businesses are starting to move their product by rail to save money.
We're largely a domestic business. 75% of our business is a U.S. domestic business.
Rail is typically cheaper but slower than shipping items using trucks. The Georgia Department of Public Safety's aviation unit has a new state-of-the-art home at their headquarters in Atlanta. Here's a report all new at 6 o'clock.
The new 15,000-square-foot hangar will house 3 of the department's 13 aviation unit helicopters. Captain Crystal Zion with the Georgia Department of Public Safety says this new space will have an impact.
It helps us to centralize our base of operations. That way we can respond with greater speed, better efficiency, and the coordination is easier, especially with other agencies, around the metro area.
The department has 6 other hangars around the state. 3 pilots and 3 tactical flight officers will work out of the new space. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
People from around the world are paying their respects to Pope Francis, including Alex Lenritz of Atlanta.
It's just a real place, and it's very holy, and seeing the body
and just remembering everything that he stood for is very important.
Thousands of people lining up at St. Peter's Basilica today. Francis will lie in state for 3 days before Saturday's funeral, which is expected to draw at least 250,000 people. It is now 6:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Refreshing the ride to the northern suburbs. If you're traveling 75 northbound up into Cobb County, you're seeing some brake lights from South Marietta Parkway on and off up into the Kennesaw area. 575 northbound sluggish through that Bells Ferry curve, passing Bells Ferry exit 4. 75 southbound. You're seeing the brake lights, though, out of Marietta trying to ramp onto 285. 400 northbound still jammed in from 285, breaking free before Northridge. 85 northbound looking at about 19 minutes from Chamblee Tucker Road up to Highway 316. A few more brake lights from Old Peachtree Road up to 985 in Swanee. How's the ride on I-20, Kobe Dawkins?
Well, I-20 westbound, you're on and off the brakes leaving I-285 nearing Thornton Road. And then inside the perimeter 20 eastbound, you're slow starting at Holmes Drive, moving through the downtown connector, getting past Boulevard. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official air conditioning of Atlanta. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Mostly cloudy this evening with a few passing rain showers or rumble of thunder. Lows tonight in the low 60s. Tomorrow, cloudy with scattered rain showers and a few thunderstorms, high 77. Friday, mostly cloudy with scattered storms, morning low 64, afternoon high 79. Drying out on Saturday, though still cloudy, high near 80. The sunshine returns on Sunday, morning low 63, afternoon high 78.
Storm Tracker radar shows some heavy rain right now in Bartow and Cherokee counties. Also a heavy pocket of rain in northeastern Gwinnett County. 73 in Sandy Springs and Peachtree City. It's 79 in Brazelton. More news at 6:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
All right, wave those four fingers back and forth with pride, Caiaccio, because it is, in fact, hour 4 of the Von Hessler Doctrine, and it begins right now. I had no idea this story about 4chan, because I went there once, and it looked like something from the MySpace era or something, and I was
before that,
actually. Like the bulletin board era. So I can't believe that George and Tim, the people who know about these things, didn't let me. Apparently, it just doesn't even exist anymore. Well, it was taken down. The last thing posted on 4chan before it was taken down was the chicken jockey. Chicken jockey. Yeah. Well, I don't know what we'll do without it.
Wired has an article that says 4chan is dead. Its toxic legacy is everywhere.
Yeah, but thank you, Wired. I don't go to a place called Wired just to get facts about computers and stuff. What I want to know is your editorial opinion about content. And you know what? I was thinking about liking 4chan, but once I saw that, you're affecting the world. Thank you, Wired. Thank you for not just telling me what's going on, but exactly how I should respond to it. Let's do this.
He's a misanthrope. He has a dark heart, and he needs a good psychiatrist. It's Greg Russ with stories from Studio B1.
Wednesday edition. All right, Greg Russ. Last hour of the show. Let's not phone it in, even though you are kind of phoning it in. But come on, let's bring that Gaga at Coachella energy to this hour of broadcasting.
I don't like Gaga because I equate her performing in any capacity to the Falcons losing the Super Bowl.
I get it, but I'm just saying.
So that's a bad. Don't tell me to bring that energy. That energy.
I'm not asking
broken.
You for Super Bowl. You see, you're not listening to the full sentence. I didn't say bring Gaga energy. I certainly didn't say bring Gaga at the Super Bowl halftime show energy. I said Gaga at Coachella energy. That's the energy that I want. You don't have to like her. You don't have to.
I have no problems with her. Yeah. It's a shame, actually. I wish it were someone I didn't like.
She's associated. Yeah, you wish like some modern, one of these terrible modern country acts would have been out there. Florida Georgia Line.
Yeah.
They're done now, aren't they?
They have broken up.
How are they doing as solo artists?
One of them's doing
Florida
well.
doing all right?
I think Florida's doing better than Georgia.
Oh, no. I live here in Georgia. That hurts.
I know. We should be rooting for Georgia.
I don't want Florida to do well.
I blame this on you. You could have supported them over the years.
I
decided gotten the whole city of Atlanta on board.
That's right, but I didn't. I said
you expressed your disdain.
I said this is crap. This is the worst thing that pop culture has ever vomited up in the history of pop culture, I believe, is my stand.
What
on
about
that.
when they had that collab with Backstreet Boys? The God, your mama, and me.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
I never
real.
heard it.
Yeah, that's
never
real.
heard it.
Did a collab with Backstreet Boys.
When did that happen?
God, your mama, and me.
Well, good for them.
Unconditionally.
Why your mama? Why not my mama?
Well,
I guess you say everybody's mama.
I think so. Yeah.
But they didn't say your God, your mama.
Your mama.
And them.
And everyone else. What a horrible act. I don't even remember what they sounded like. I just remember seeing them. There was a period of time. It's like Imagine Dragons. There was like a period of time where you just couldn't get away from them. And then now it's like they never existed.
And Fun.
They're just gone.
Fun was one of those bands.
Yeah, but weren't they like ironic or something?
No.
I thought that they were like ironic. What was Fun? Didn't they
were
do the
serious.
youth, the
A
YOLO?
song about being young. Yeah.
See, my understanding, somebody once told me that was sardonic, that they were kind of making fun of that attitude. That's
Well, it made
that's
them
somebody.
rich.
Well,
I think they changed their tune. Maybe they went into it with that idea, but as
Yeah.
soon as they start making them a lot of money, and all the idiots who didn't find it to be ironic loved it, they said, "Oh no, yeah, that was real."
You know what I do when I get down about the world, which has been happening a bit lately, where I'm just looking around going, "Oh, what the hell is this?" You know what brings my spirits up, and I hadn't done this in a number of years, is just going down the OK Go video rabbit hole.
So fun.
It's so much fun. It's so much fun. And how, I don't know, did they stop doing them years ago? I don't know.
No, they just come out with them sporadically because it does take so long to
But,
prepare
I mean,
and then to film.
I keep expecting them to see. I'm still seeing them at a rather young age, not completely young, not like on the first video, but the stuff. It's just like fun. It's just entertaining. It's just it will take you from a bad mood to a good mood because the music's decent. And the videos are, and every time they start one, I think, okay, this is to be the one. It's a little much. Everything has to, and they're all kind of fantastic.
They're amazing.
They are. They really are. So there's a little advice. If you're down in the
It's
dumps,
pressure, though.
go down the OK Go rabbit for them. Not
yeah,
us.
for them.
Yeah.
Well, like M. Night Shyamalan when he did the
Yeah.
I Always Do a Twist. He couldn't pull that off, but
He
these
couldn't
guys
keep
have
up
pulled
with
it off.
Yeah.
Which is
The swimming
which is
pool's
your
eating
favorite.
people.
The one they do in without zero gravity on that is unbelievable. That's the good thing. That's the good thing is when you're left going, that was entertaining, and how the hell did they get that? How did they do that? I'm really guilty. I can't. My body is rejecting, massive alcohol and drugs now that I'm getting older. So I have to find other ways to retreat from the real world. And now I have to do it through entertainment.
Well, you saw that
more and more.
Lord has returned back on the scene, so
thank
she's
God.
back.
I don't know her stuff.
She did a
don't know her
pop-up
stuff.
show in New York yesterday.
Oh
so
yeah,
she's
with
back.
her. Yeah, I know. Didn't she get arrested or something?
Well, the show was canceled beforehand, but somehow
Beatles
it went
did
on.
it in '69.
What was her song? I can't remember. It was like
Royals.
we could be royals.
I saw the story about Charlie XCX. I didn't know how long she'd been
She's
around.
huge now.
No, I know that, but I mean, her story.
She's so fat.
Her first, huge.
She's been around for a long time.
She wrote a hit for somebody else. I can't remember what it is in like 2012. Like she's been around for a long time, and I didn't realize that she came from. Is she from France? She comes from the nightclub world of France. She was actually more interesting as a human being than I expected her to be.
She did I Love It with Icona Pop.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
but even before, she wrote a song that was a hit. That one. Is that?
I love
okay.
it. Yeah, that's it.
Right.
That's in 2012.
Yeah, but she didn't sing on it. She just gave it away. I'm pretty sure she just gave it away.
I'm pretty sure I'll double check. I think she's
All right.
featured on it.
All right, but she made me, I don't think in 2012 you could feature her and people know who the hell you're talking about.
You would not.
Okay, so why would you say featuring somebody you don't know?
Aha.
So anyway, well, what are you doing with your fingers about the George?
She was a little popular. She was like kind of underground, but she was blossoming.
All right. Well, anyway, her story was more interesting than I expected it to be. Greg Russ, do you have interesting stories? Stories that would be more interesting than I would expect them? They can come from your regular life, or they can come from online news aggregators. Hell, I don't care.
Yeah, Starbucks. Starbucks has started to draw smiley faces and little animals and other doodles on their cups. And the idea with this is that they need to reconnect with their customers, and it brings back the coffee house's cozy atmosphere. And some people love the little doodles, but apparently they're pre-drawing them to save time, so they're not even personalized.
And then when they don't,
That's the point.
well, when they pre-draw them, they put them over, and then people are noticing that they're smeared because they're done with Sharpies. So you pre-draw them and you put them back in a stack them up.
So the free refill isn't working out for him? I know that's been the ad I keep
I'm
seeing.
sure
It's
they
like,
keep
oh, you get
adding
the
that.
free refill.
But I mean, this is such corporate crap.
What about the guy that stares at you with their mouth open at my Starbucks?
Oh well, that's what they want more of, so you can connect. So you
Does he work there? Or is he just the guy that's there? Oh, okay.
Hey, are you having a great day?
Well, you keep going there, so it's not enough to push you away.
I like the coffee.
And also, you're not going to reconnect with some corporate strategy to reconnect. Corporations don't know how to connect with people. I don't know why they're not self-aware. So you could maybe go to a store, look around, see things. Maybe this store has more of a connection with people. Go there, audit it, see what they do, that kind of thing. But no one in a boardroom on the 15th floor of a building is going to ever come up with a good idea to reconnect with the people. And so you say to people, oh, write little doodles and stuff. Oh, well, what happens when the person writes down with Trump or I hate Elon? Or I mean, so
can you write MAGA Mom, please?
I thought that there was some rule change about putting the names on the cups, and that's why they started doodling on them.
Well, it was supposed to remind you of a time when they put your name on the cup, but why not just put your name back on the cup if that's what they're trying to get to?
See, I didn't know that had ended, and then I thought that the doodling was because it was like a rule to stop putting the names on the cup.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is that the idea was something like that. Well, we don't put the names on the cups anymore, and we're not connecting with the people. So why not just put the names back on the cup?
Yeah,
and
so what's
we'll
the
go through all of
difference?
this. I would hate that if I was working.
How about
there.
just give me the coffee?
And if you don't stack them, if you don't stack them early, then customers are like, we're standing in line forever because Picasso's trying to do their doodles before every.
Sir, you're the elephant, not the giraffe. Okay, I need you to step over here. Okay.
Yeah.
Some people would love that though. Most people wouldn't because they want their coffee quickly, like Tim.
Just good
But
service.
Some people would say, I like waiting 13 minutes to get my coffee because I can't
It's
wait to
worth
see the
it.
doodle that's there. And all this does make me forget when I go into Starbucks, the biggest chain that's on every corner in New York. It makes me forget that they're a giant corporation.
Yes, it
is like
does.
the local coffee house when I
Wow.
get the little cat doodle.
Yeah, I might as well be at Fred's Coffee. Man, this is they think corporate. They're not human anymore or something. I don't know what happens. I don't know what happens when you work your way up the ladder in a corporation and don't you go home at night and have neighbors and look and see how people. I talk to sometimes people like way up there every once in a while. I'll get an audience just be like you are, like in real life. Like, what do you do? Do you actually sit around for that whole thing, or do you skip? Which one do you do? Well, if you're doing it, probably other people are doing it. So why don't you get a response to the reality rather than all of this nonsense? It just really is. I mean, if they're going to take over the world, can they at least be good at it? These corporations, they have no. What happens? These are human beings in these C-suites. At some point, they weren't born in a C-suite. I mean, is there no connection left with? Do you have neighbors? Do you have poorer family members that you're forced to hang out with every once in a while? Take notes. Alex Williams says there's trouble on 75 in Marietta.
And once again, we expect this, Eric. You're bringing the good luck. The crash 75 southbound, we had it at Delk Road, exit 261. Wasn't a left lane. They were quick to clear that, so the delays through Marietta will start to improve. Before that, there's been a crash impacting the right lane of the 75 south ramp to North Marietta Parkway, exit 265. Look out for the flashing lights there. Heading into Midtown via I-85 southbound, you're contending with a stall that's right in the center lane, 85 southbound below Georgia 400. Once you get past that, you'll stay slow on the brake lights, close to 25 minutes to get down to I-20 with northbound delays from University Avenue up toward Freedom Parkway. Still watching a crash on I-675. Kobe Dawkins.
It's going southbound just south of I-285. That crash still blocks one left lane, causing delays back to I-285. And this report is sponsored by Whole Foods Market. Find fresh organics at Whole Foods Market. Get 16-ounce containers of organic strawberries for $3.99 each with Prime through April 29th. While supplies last, shop in store or online. Terms apply. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
More local news.
While seen at a Covington Walmart after an employee.
More traffic.
85 south out of Brookhaven, crowded beginning past Claremont.
More weather.
The Sunnyside community may have been impacted by this tornado.
Atlanta's morning news.
Tomorrow morning
This is a complicated, controversial subject.
Wake up with 95.5 WSB.
How Atlanta starts its day.
Well, I bet it is safe to say you are sick and tired of home services companies that don't show up on time, don't get it right, ghost you then when you need them later. Hey, it's Chris Chandler. I don't have to worry about any of that because I only trust TE Certified Electrical, Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. TE Certified is a well-oiled machine with the highest level of communication and follow-up. They're on time, friendly, and fully stocked.
TE Certified, we love your home.
Plan today so you can potentially do the things you've always wanted in retirement. Listen Saturdays at 6 to Retire Ready with David Nicholas of Nicholas Wealth Management. Nicholas Wealth is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cybersecurity must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
Whether you're shaping up a small yard or tackling serious acreage, Steel walk-behind zero-turn and stand-on mowers are built to get the job done. Shop online or at your local Steel dealer. Steel, let's go mow. Available at participating dealers.
Yeah, I never trust that.
No.
In radio, that's one of my rules. If somebody's radio name has the word kid with 2 Ds, I don't trust them. Maybe it's me, maybe I'm wrong. It's just, you make certain rules in your life. Just like the Greg Russ thing, the 2 Gs, the 3G Greg, the 2 Gs at the end. Yeah. I don't want to get into it again. We talked about it on Monday. What do you got, Greg? What do you got?
I'm not getting into it. Hate it.
Okay.
60 Minutes chief resigns. He's out. He's done. Bill Owens, the executive producer of 60 Minutes, he resigned, citing increasing pressure on the program's journalistic independence from Trump and Paramount's CBS.
Well, there's a couple things going on. Trump's mad about the Kamala interview, and he's putting all kinds of pressure on them. I don't know if he's actually suing them or just putting some kind of pressure on them on that. And then Paramount, so that Redstone, he's dead, and his daughter has it. And so they, for some reason, they want some kind of deal to happen. And they need the Trump administration to be kind to them to make their deal happen. And so out of the two, I can see what this guy's saying now. I used to get no notes, do what you do. 60 Minutes had complete autonomy, even inside of CBS, where a lot of times people at CBS would be surprised with what they didn't know. But what I would say, so I understand where he's coming from, but what I would say is you had that and you abused it. And that's the problem with a lot of this. A lot of what Trump is doing is too far, too rash, too much. But you have to go back. Huh? What is the lawsuit?
$10 billion Trump is suing them for.
And I will say they did cover for Kamala, and she did have a poor answer, and they put in a better answer. Now, if you remember her campaign, the better answer was still a pretty poor answer, just not as bad as the first one, where she didn't ramble on. Now, they did that. They asked a question, and then they substituted a different answer than the one that she actually gave. And what they say is, hey, this is our show. We have the right to edit it. We have the right to present it. And I agree. And I think that it's too far. It's now going too far the other way. But let's not forget the fact that you abused the privilege. You would 60 Minutes for years has been editing things so that people come off fitting the narrative of the story that they wanted to tell, and you just end up being furniture, and everyone understands that. Also, 60 Minutes is boring. 60 Minutes is boring, like 24-hour news is boring, because they've forgotten that there's a big world out there with a whole bunch of interesting stories, and it's always politics and who's up, who's down. Who's up? Who's down? Who's in? Who's out? Who's out? Never anything to do with what actual human beings are talking about, doing, experiencing. The world is there's 8 billion people out there with stories, and they just stay confined to this very small palette with very few colors.
People used to talk about what CBS or what 60 Minutes talked about. On Monday, people would talk about. Did you watch?
And also, by the way, they have been living as a parasite off the NFL since I was a kid. Since I was a kid. The game ends at 7 and tick, 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 and you're just there. You're just there. And it throws something at you like a Burt Reynolds interview.
Since Andy Rooney died, I haven't watched it.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know if it was for that reason. But at some point, I mean, they've always but let's not forget that part, is what I'm saying is. They abused the privilege. It's wrong to interview people, especially in this day and age, where you can very easily edit an interview for broadcast and make the full interview available online. Just with no edits. If anybody wants more, then do that. But they won't do that. I think Trump forced them to do that one time in his first administration, his first term.
Well, they were going to release because they bring in 2 sets of cameras. So he had
did it. He brought his cameras in.
And he's like, this is what actually happened. So they try to cut it.
And there's a reason. There's a reason that people do that. Now, should the President of the United States be deciding what 60 Minutes is talking about? Absolutely not. But let's not forget that, the media has abused this privilege and power they've had, and so now you get an overreaction. It's not that hard to understand. Alex Williams says there's a crash on 285 in DeKalb.
Yeah, it's a crash 285 southbound, the Interloop La Vista Road, exit 37, and as we speak, it is pulling away out of the left lane, but you're still seeing the brake lights back into Dorville, starting right around on Buford Highway. 285 westbound, it's cleaning up, some leftover volume, approaching I-75 in Cobb County, then another tap of the brakes from South Atlanta Road down to I-20, the West Freeway. Checking the ride on I-85 to the northeast part of town, it's Kobe Dawkins.
Well, tough delays remain starting past Claremont Road, getting through Spaghetti Junction 2, Indian Trail Road, and still on Jimmy Carter Boulevard right at Brook Hollow Parkway. Crash in the intersection causing delays in each direction. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any H-System make or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
When it's time to replace your windows, make sure you have options and get to choose the energy-efficient window that is right for your home, your style, and your budget. Dave Baker here for the only window company I recommend, Nelson Exteriors. With Nelson, you're in charge. Choose from many top-rated window manufacturers like Anderson and MI, all backed by Nelson's worry-free lifetime labor warranty. For your replacement windows, pick the company that's more picky than you. Google Nelson Exteriors.
When everyone in the family wants something different from this year's vacation, there's only one thing to do. Plan for Pigeon Forge. From gorgeous mountain views, shows, and shopping for leisure lovers, to coasters, a 200-foot swing, and hundreds more rides for adventure seekers. Plus Dollywood's epic array of fun. There's plenty of variety for the whole family, all in one place. Unique experiences, quality time, and memories for years to come. Find your personal favorites. Plan your getaway at mypigeonforge.com.
Superior Pro is committed to low prices and high quality with American-made windows, siding, painting, doors, and more. Right now, purchase siding from Superior Pro and get half off the painting. SuperiorPro.com.
The pros to know. For many women in our community, support for our physical and mental health feels out of reach.
When your workday is long.
And your budget is tight.
And your village is busy.
And the road between home and help is a 6-lane highway with no crosswalk.
Northside Hospital believes women deserve better.
Northside is rolling up our sleeves and getting to work.
We got your house call.
Heard.
Learn more at northside.com/heard.
Rhino Shield is better than paint because it will keep your home beautiful, and it's backed by a 25-year transferable warranty.
Get a free estimate at rhinoshieldga.com.
Don't paint, don't vinyl, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
404-793-0000. 1 Glen Lake Parkway Northeast, Atlanta.
Critical Link from Southern Link. We're more than a mission-critical LTE network. Together, we're a network of people that has you covered. Public sector-grade push-to-talk, LTE voice, mobile data. Critical Link, reliability in action. Call 866-450-LINC for Southern Link products and deals. Or visit Highfly Technologies in Atlanta or NextLink in Duluth. Go to southernlink.com to find a dealer near you.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for mouth-watering meals and appetizing ingredients. Our low prices add up to big savings, plus over $600 in digital coupons each week, and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you always get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save big on Heritage Farm bone-in split chicken breast. On sale now for only $1.79 a pound with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 6:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by the Lloyd Advisory Group. Our top local story, Covington police hope to identify a potential home invasion suspect after a woman gets a late-night scare.
The incident happens around 2:30 Wednesday morning when a man wearing a mask and gloves rings the bell of a woman in the gated Wellington Ridge apartment complex in Covington, claiming to have a DoorDash delivery.
DoorDash?
Yes, ma'am.
What name on it?
Chris.
The woman didn't open the door and says she didn't order any food. The man tried to open that door and then can be heard talking to another person off camera before they both walk away. Michelle Wright, 95.5 WSB.
77 degrees in Atlanta. How many days of scattered showers before it dries out? Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards is coming up. A Decatur mother is sentenced to life without parole for the murder of her special needs daughter 2 years ago. DeKalb County District Attorney Sherry Boston says Alondra Hobbs left 7-year-old Olivia in a stroller in an apartment closet and moved out.
She never offered any explanation that would ever make sense for why you would leave a child, let alone a disabled child, to die slowly and silently alone.
The girl was there for 4 months before her body was discovered. Suwannee police issue a public warning after a caretaker is accused of stealing thousands of dollars from elderly victims.
There are at least 4 victims right now, and there are likely more. Suwannee Police Captain Robert Thompson says 24-year-old Brianna Michelle Powell faces a list of charges for allegedly taking about $20,000 from the victims.
Right now, we're just trying to find if there's anybody out there that may have had Miss Powell working in their home and they feel like that they may have been defrauded by her.
He says none of the victims realized they had been victimized. That includes stolen checks and fraudulent charges on their credit cards. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
With Georgia dealing with workforce challenges, a new law may help.
The U.S. Chamber of Commerce says Georgia has 54 available workers for every 100 open jobs. Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger says one hurdle to getting people in the workforce is licensing. A bill awaiting Governor Kemp's signature will allow workers who move here to have an easier time to get their license.
We think we have an obligation, a duty to reduce those barriers.
The new law would allow the Secretary of State's office to issue those documents if the boards don't respond in a timely manner. It applies to licenses for everything from nurses to barbers. In Fulton County, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
A second deer tests positive for chronic wasting disease in Georgia. The 4-year-old buck was discovered in Berrien County in South Georgia. Tina Johansson with the Georgia Department of Natural Resources says it is a slow-moving disease.
We've been watching this disease creep out from where it was originally found. Back in the late 60s, CWD was first described in deer in Colorado.
The latest deer was found about 400 yards from the location where the first sick deer turned up in January. Zombie deer disease is reported in 36 states. A warning for people who use popular hair loss drugs.
The FDA warning is over topical finasteride, the hair loss treatment sold by providers like Hims and Keeps.
This is the future of healthcare. This is Hims and Hers.
The warning is over side effects not listed, like sexual dysfunction, depression, and suicidal thoughts.
CBS's Matt Piper says in some reported cases, side effects continued even after people stopped using the product. Look to the sky early Friday morning. Sherry Preston reports the moon and the planets will create something that looks like an emoji.
Open your eyes and get up early and look to the east on Friday if you want to see a rare celestial event in the pre-dawn morning. Venus, Saturn, and the thin crescent moon will perfectly align to create the formation of a smiley face in the sky. Astronomers say it'll be visible for about an hour beginning around 5:30 a.m. and will end when the sun rises completely.
It is 6:34 and time for live team coverage of traffic and weather, and Triple Team Traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Might have to sound a travel advisory in Marietta. DOT reporting a new crash heading up to 3 left lanes, 75 southbound, Delk Road, exit 261. Yep, we see it on the jam cam there. That means jumping over and using Highway 41 as an alternate. 400 northbound's cleaning up nicely. A tap of the brakes in Sandy Springs, passing the North Springs MARTA station. 85 northbound, still seeing a few brake lights from Chamblee Tucker up toward Indian Trail Road in Norcross. Checking the ride through Midtown and downtown, it's Kobe Dawkins.
Well, it's slow. 75-85 northbound. Seeing the brake lights start at Langford Parkway, getting around the Grady Curve. 75-85 south. You're packing in well before the downtown merge, getting to I-20. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Mostly cloudy this evening with a few passing rain showers or rumble of thunder. Lows tonight in the low 60s. Tomorrow cloudy with scattered rain showers and a few thunderstorms, high 77. Friday, mostly cloudy with scattered storms, morning low 64, afternoon high 79. Drying out on Saturday, though still cloudy, high near 80. The sunshine returns on Sunday, morning low 63, afternoon high 78.
77 in Midtown Atlanta, 72 in Dunwoody, and 74 in Noonan. And we do have some scattered showers still showing up on Storm Tracker radar in Bartow and in Cherokee counties. Also some heavy rain right now in northern Gwinnett County. More news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
April showers bring May flowers, but they may also lead to water inside your home. Dave Baker here for Findlay Roofing. The roof guys. Rain means trouble for your roof. And when it does, think of Findlay first. The perfect match for any roofing issue. And with Findlay, manners matter. They'll treat your home like it's their own with 5-star exceptional service. Plus, Findlay offers upfront pricing, 0% financing, and a free roof analysis. FindlayRoofing.com. Roof.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Listen to this full album for the first time in years the other night. Side 1, brilliant. Side 2, the beginning of the end.
So you bought the actual record?
No, I had it. I don't know how I still had it. I don't think it's the original record that I got for Christmas in 1981 or 1980.
79.
Well, it came out in 79, but I think I got it. They had hits all the way through 80, and I think I got it in Christmas of 1980, and then I went and bought a leather jacket because they were all wearing leather jackets. But boy, the truth is, did they cover this in the biopic? Because I haven't seen the biopic. They peaked and then they just stunk in the 80s. They were just.
I like some of their 80s stuff.
Me too.
It's too cabaret for me.
He's a showman.
I mean, I could see how I Want to Break Free is, but yeah, on a Broadway stage. Not
Well, I'm into that too, though. So
well, okay, but stay in your lane is what I say. Radio Gaga, all they owned the 70s.
all we need is Radio Goo.
Is that the one where he's wearing a dress vacuuming? Or is
That's I want to break free.
Yeah. See, I was gone by then. There was this period in the early '80s where I tried to still like Queen albums. I would convince myself. I bought Hot Space, and for like 2 weeks, I'm like, yeah. Calling all boys, calling all girls. Yeah. Maybe that's, and they tacked on Under Pressure, which had already been a hit like a year earlier or something. They just tacked it on at the end.
I think that's an age thing because you were solidly a teenager.
I was right there.
Yeah,
man.
but I'm 9 years old, loving Queen, and then the age that you got The Game is the age I was when those other albums came out.
Okay, but The Game was the last great Queen album. They never put out a great album after that, did they? Did I miss it? I'm talking a full album.
What about their last one? Before he died.
It was too much of a downer for me, but, I get
show
it.
must go on.
You know what? The thing is, I'm not going to be critical of that. I mean, it's their last album. He's dying. I'm not a jerk. I don't want to be a critic. Well, it's too bad he can't be around to follow that one up with something bad. Who's going to do that?
If he wasn't dying, maybe it'd be better.
Well, they had bad reviews, and then that one came out, and all of a sudden everybody gave it a great
But everybody
review.
knows. See, that's why
But they knew he was dying.
That's why Norm Macdonald wouldn't tell anybody that he had that he could possibly die from cancer all those years because he didn't want mercy laughs.
Yep.
He knew that if he went on stage and people knew that he was dying, he wanted to know if the joke was good. And he can only know if the joke was good if people weren't giving him mercy laughs.
His last stage jokes were about COVID, too.
On stage, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And so
Remember when we didn't know how we were all going to die?
But who cares? Their stuff from the 70s is so good. It's enough for me. Now trying to have a vinyl collection, I can't afford to get a whole bunch. But I still have a few Queen albums. They're not the ones I bought in the 70s. I don't think there's no way I brought them all the way with me. So somebody must have gifted me a couple of my.
You really should check out like thrift stores and things because there's a ton of records there.
No, I got friends, but I'm not listening to a bunch of scratched up, crappy records.
Well, you don't know if it's going to be bad.
Yeah.
It might be okay.
He doesn't appreciate the hunt, this autumn. He doesn't want to go out.
Actually, I have some friends. My friend Dustin, my new friend Wes, who sent me those. That are
your
spotters.
proxies?
And that
They go out for you?
no,
They're spotters.
I am going to get everybody together. I've talked to George about this. Get everybody together and do a
vinyl adventure.
A vinyl adventure some point. And then they're all telling me about almost like flea markets. They show up and it's all vinyl. Yeah, I'd be interested in doing that. Especially now that I've spent, way too much on my new collection.
It is cool.
Now it's time to go out and look for some bargains.
That is your favorite way to spend money is to spend too much and then change.
Yeah, I like to. I had to get that set started. You can't start from. I got to have a little of this, a little bit of that, a little of the other thing.
You'll feel so good when you're buying a vinyl that maybe you grew up listening to and you find it in a thrift store and you see the thrift store owner just get light up because you're actually buying something.
Well,
from their
yes,
store.
I can make somebody's day.
That's a good feeling.
But I'm not going to buy a bunch of scratched up crap.
Hey, I've got two copies for whatever reason of Billy Joel's The Stranger. I'll give you one.
Well, I'll take it. I think I have. No. I think I have one, but it might be kind of scratched up. Is yours pretty good? All right, I'll take it.
I think so, but I may have drawn on it because I used to listen to it as a kid, so maybe the sleeve. So if you have it in the sleeve and yours is good, and the album itself, the vinyl scratched, then you can combine the two.
This sounds like a collab, as my friend Jared Yamamoto.
That's right.
Quite often say. I want to pivot to something. I want to pivot to something that it's just on my mind right now, and it's about the moon and water. And because this came up, I don't know what we were talking about, and I remember Autumn at one point, I think, kind of inserted this into the conversation. But I think I can't debunk this because I've done no research, but I do want to put a big question mark over something that I've heard my whole life because I just thought about it, and it just makes no sense. People are always saying that the moon affects human beings because we're mostly made up of water, and the moon affects high tide, low tide, and so if it affects that, we're mostly made of water, then it's okay to say that the moon affects our mood and stuff like that.
You have tides in your body.
Yeah, I was just thinking the moon, the Earth is covered, 3/4 of the Earth is covered with water, oceans and seas and such. the water in your body isn't enough for the moon to have some sort of. You don't feel the water on the left side when it's a full moon?
Yeah, I feel it.
I don't know. Somebody look into it. I feel like this is a complete non-starter when you actually look at it. The moon is a satellite of the Earth. It orbits. And so because... And that's all about gravity and tugging on each other. And because three-quarters of the Earth is water, it would have an effect. It's having an effect on the mountains, too, but they just don't move, right?
It has no effect on your body.
Okay,
because
thank you.
You're too small, and the water in your body is isolated.
Right. So can we just put that one to bed? Hey, call up CNN. I just debunked something. They love when things are debunked.
Are they really claiming that?
No, I'm just saying all my life. People have just like, well, you never know. Full moon. We're going to have more.
So anecdotally, people in emergency rooms that work there will say that stranger things do seem to happen on full moon.
And I have, I think, an explanation for that. You can do more at night because you can see more. There's more light at night. So when there's a full moon, you're more likely to get more of everything going on because there's light out at night.
Well,
and for that reason, then people get hurt more often or get drunk more often or who knows.
It's anecdotal. There's been a few studies, and it's all inconclusive. There's not really... People like to talk about it for whatever reason. And if it's already planted in your mind, if you're working in an ER and that seed has been planted, you're probably paying a bit more attention.
But people like the moon, like astrology. My wife was like, well, sometimes I read the astrology thing, and she says something like, well, sometimes, and I'm like, stop. There's no sometimes here. Either astrology is real and everything that it says is real, or it's completely false. You can't have this middle ground where, I don't know, sometimes it seems to make sense. Either they affect us or they don't, and it's that simple.
There are some things about menstruation that have to do with the moon.
What?
Well, that we are on a lunar calendar when it comes to fertility, when it comes to having a baby.
But that's just the calendar. That's the grid that you put over reality, that we put over
reality.
reality.
No, the lunar calendar, like the lunar one, not the Roman one.
All right, I need to see the evidence.
Well,
I
Eric,
need to see the evidence.
Your horoscope. This is for May 26, 1964. You're going to like it. You're going to believe in horoscopes after
Will
this.
I? Okay.
Individuals born on May 26, 1964 are often described as mental giants. Intellectually gifted.
I love it.
You're like, I believe.
You know what? It's resonating with me.
See? I told you. You're in. It's a double-edged sword, though. These individuals possess a natural tendency towards suspicion, which can be a double-edged sword. While the suspicion can be helpful in complex situations, it can also lead to a certain level of mistrust and difficulty in forming close
The amazing
relationships.
Randy really put an end to all of this with his grand experiment. He got, I think, 30, 40 people in a classroom. And they were told that they were all getting their individual astrology, what do you call it? Reading.
Their charts read.
Well, it wasn't even read. It's just reading, just like you just did, from that day's newspaper or whatever. And the idea was going to be that they thought the idea was going to be, we're going to read this from today's paper, and then we'll just talk about how much we relate to it or we think it relates to us. And so they do the 40, I think it's about 40 people. And he says, well, if you think that what you read actually mirrors your actual life, raise your hand. And I don't know if all 40 did, but almost everybody raised their hand. And that's when he revealed, you've all been given the same thing to read. Because it's all psychosomatic. At what point does it stop? It can be fun, but then you're getting into my wife's territory where it's like, well, sometimes that's not possible. It's either all the time or none of the time.
I don't know. I'm feeling a waxing crescent tonight.
Well,
that's what you'll be doing when your wife leaves.
Right.
Waxing the crescent.
You kidding me? He's happily married. He doesn't do that.
Damn right.
Alex Williams says there's a travel advisory on 75 in Marietta.
Yep, watching it right now, Eric. It's a crash in 3 left lanes inbound. 75 southbound Delk Road, exit 261. Already stacked up back to North Marietta Parkway. That means using Highway 41 Cobb Parkway as an alternate. Had some earlier trouble. 285 eastbound, the interloop at Ashford Dunwoody Road. That's cleared off to the side, but still staying on and off that brake pedal as you leave Georgia 400 into Dunwoody and Doraville. Improving once you get past I-85 Spaghetti Junction. Let's take another refresh of the ride through downtown, Kobe Dawkins.
Well, 75-85 northbound, they're still slow, but definitely improving. Still seeing the brake lights starting just before University Ave, getting past Spring Street. 85 southbound, you're still jammed starting at the Georgia 400 merge. And 75 south, those delays beginning at Moores Mill Road, both getting to I-20. And this report is sponsored by John Foy & Associates Personal Injury Law Firm. After a car accident, don't let the insurance company treat you like a number, downplay, or deny your claim. You know who to call first. Call John Foy & Associates and get the compassion and respect you deserve. Call now. From the Cool Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
On air,
online,
on the app,
where you get your news
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
Oh my God, you made my day.
Just enter the word at WSBradio.com or on the WSB radio app.
Your next chance to win is tomorrow morning at 8.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz
on 95.5 WSB.
Trust is not just a word, it's an experience. When your home needs service, you can trust TE certified electrical, plumbing, heating, and cooling. Hey, it's Chris Chandler. TE is the company I trust to fix any problem once and for all. Their 5-star customer experience means easy online scheduling, friendly technicians, and a lifetime workmanship warranty, so I can just sit back and relax.
TE certified, we love your home. It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon, you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell, and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Chocolate lovers are going absolutely bananas over our new Bluebell Banana Fudge. Rich milk chocolate ice cream swirled with a scrumptious banana-flavored ice cream. Your favorite banana fudge bar, now in a carton.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at all Ingles supermarkets.
It's the active season here in the ATL. Are you going to be active or inactive because of chronic joint pain? Hey, it's Mark Aaron back from my pals at QC Kinetics. I want you to know something. The medical pros at QC Kinetics right here in Atlanta are on the case and focused to finally get you the relief you need. With QC Kinetics, the science solid. They give you your life back without surgery, without drugs, and without any downtime. Get out and be active this summer. Golfing, swimming, tennis. Heck, pickleball seems to be picking up speed. Get out there and be active. Don't let your chronic joint pain hold you back. Curious if you'd be a candidate for these treatments? No problem. Consultation totally free, and they're happy to take a look and see if they can help you finally get relief. Call now and find out how easy it is to get back to enjoying life without chronic joint pain. Now, the best time to get started. Call QC Kinetics now, 770-285-8026. That's 770-285-8026 for QC Kinetics.
Listen up, because women have long waited for the world to recognize the importance of our health.
Northside Hospital goes beyond "we hear you" to "we're out here with you," because women deserve more than open ears.
They deserve open doors, and 1 ounce of action is worth 1,000 words.
Northside is rolling up our sleeves and getting to work for you.
This is a house call. Heard. Learn more at northside.com/heard.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? When it comes to Big Wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get your second month free for a limited time. You'll get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month. Here's Veronica and Jackie, real customers.
I didn't know that I could get something for a lot less money that was actually better than who I was with before.
Anytime anybody complains about their cell phone bill, we say, you've got to check out Consumer Cellular.
And now for a limited time, new customers can get their second month free when they use promo code SECONDFREE. Just call, click, or bring us your bill and see how much you can save. Because when it comes to Big Wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit a store near you, or consumercellular.com and use code SECONDFREE to get a free second month. Real people paid to share their opinions in this ad. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Let's see. Trump just said that he thought Zelensky would be easier to deal with.
Boy, did he make a huge mistake.
Not easy to deal with.
Well, I am a puppet for all of Western Europe, so tough to do.
He's got these idiots in Europe still in his ear telling him to... You know, first of all, Trump says he's such a great deal maker. I don't think making deals in public, with everything being in public, is a good idea. In order to end this war, you got to have a situation where each side is going to have to give up something, and they both have to be able to emerge telling their people that they won. And I don't know how you can do that with everything being done out in public. But, you know, this whole thing where they're still talking about Crimea, you know, look, if you just want to keep killing each other forever, then I guess we're just going to have to let them. Ukraine is not getting the Crimea back unless they win it back on the battlefield. And we're not going to be the push that they need, because we have a concern that if we became that, then this thing could go nuclear. And that's a concern. So it's a stalemate. And if they want to continue killing each other for the next 10 years in pursuit of an unattainable goal, then I don't know what to say. But I know this. The American people are going to walk away from the whole war effort at some point. My view of history in America is there's never support for a war that lasts more than 4 to 5 years. I mean, they keep, forever wars. We stayed in Afghanistan because at one point the death count went way down, and so people just kind of forgot we were there. But do you think we would have been in Afghanistan for 20 years if we were being hit with 50, 60 soldiers being killed every day? No, it wouldn't have happened. And so I don't know what I don't, you know, Trump sells himself as a deal maker. I don't think doing all of this in public, and I think in a good deal, you want both sides to be able to walk out and go, hey, we won for this reason or whatever. But at this point, I guess we do maybe just have to walk away. If Ukraine is saying we're just not going to stop until we get Crimea, they're not going to get Crimea unless they win it on the battlefield. And we're not going to help them win it on the battlefield, you know, because we have a fear that would go into a nuclear war. And I think that's a sound way of thinking. So
they
I don't know.
They need a non-NATO country to come in there and help them out with their army.
They need
China.
Europe to stop whispering into his ear that he can still get Crimea. It's not going to happen. No matter what you think about it. And how many people are going to die as we just continue to do this thing where it's impossible to get the goal. So on that happy note, that music is telling us two things. Shut the hell up, get the hell out. And you know us. We do what we're told. We're good citizens like that. Shelley Winter, up next with a great radio show. We'll be back tomorrow, 3 p.m. Greg Russ, we'll talk to you on Friday. Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone's invited to join us tomorrow. Until then, continue on your journey.